Good morning all. Play some more Bap Battles. Gonna continue with the adventure, Bag of Giving, Diamond Climb. Okay, I think a whetstone's easy decision. On offer. I think, because we've got a bag of stones and a stone, we're gonna go with that as well. A buckler, because it's on offer. We could go with some poison. I think we're gonna roll for a wooden sword. We didn't get a wooden sword, but we did get a carrot to start off with. That's kind of nice, and we got a banana. We're not going to be able to fit the banana in, but we don't need the whetstone. I guess we do want the whetstone, at least on a rock, seeing as that's our only weapon. I don't think we need a carrot. Huh. I'm going to say we take out the broccoli, and we grab a banana. This might be an immediate loss. We'll see how we go. Okay. Oh, we should have reserved the bag space. What am I doing? Okay, so they're going to start off with a crazy amount of armor on turn 1, double the health. They've also got a health part, so that's going to heal for 12. They've got some poison. Maybe a carrot was the play. They only have one poison. Wait, why did we even get a poison? You don't poison me. Wait, how did we get a poison? Oh, the potion? No, it cleanses 4. How did we get a poison? Is it because this is in the relic case? How did we get a poison? You don't poison me. This isn't in the weapon. Not sure. It's a loss anyway. That's fine. We didn't really roll very well. Frozen Buckler's really good on turn 2. That's hilarious. There's the wooden sword we wanted. And we got some backspace. So I think we sell the Buckler for 2, or we could just keep the Buckler, and then we know we're going shielded. Let's be honest. Or turtle, sorry. You go there, whetstone goes there. We sell the sand for 1. We sell 2 gems. You can go in there for healing. We're not going to be able to fit both the food in right this second if we get the sword and put it here. Debuff cleanse would be nice, so we sell the coal, we sell the garlic. We buy the sword, that makes us a hero sword. I think this is looking okay. I don't think we need the stone badge. I would like the carrot. I think cleansing a debuff every 2.7 seconds is really good, and if we have at least 4 luck, which we will do because we have broccoli, we're going to gain Empower, which again is going to ramp stone damage. I think that's fine. We send it. Wait. My cat's going to be a pain today. Bear with me. Okay, no, we're fine. We lost that. I won't pay attention. That's fine. We've got a hero sword. You're going to now live here unless we get another rock, which would be nice. We could go smelly wall and then go loads of foods. Stone would probably be the play, seeing as we're already going stones. And we also have level up, which is really good. Every 5 seconds we gain 10 max health, 1 stamina, 1 mana, and 1 luck. Triggers 10% faster for each round passed since round 3. Very nice. We have no light items, but this does make sense. It's 0.6, this is 0.5, so we have ever so slightly over the stamina usage that we regen. I think both of those in there make sense. You don't have a light item to hit, but I think it's probably worth putting in. This is a strong health potion, so that does not turn into Shelly. Blueberries. And some of the gemstones. We'll put you in there, you're going to merge. We could put you 2 in here, so you're going to merge. That kind of makes sense. We still need 5 gold. I think we sell this potion, you know. Health drops below 50%. We consume this and heal for 24. We gain 3 rejuvenation and cleanse 4 poison. This is really nice. I kind of don't want to sell it. We could sell blueberries. No, we can't do that. We're going to have to sell the potion. We're going to have to sell blueberries. And I think we are going to buy level up. We didn't see another stone. So I think we lock the Wand of Equilibrium. We keep the carrot locked, and I think we want the broccoli in the bag. I think this is okay. We do want another stone, however. You two are in the wrong place. There we go. That was almost a misplay. Okay, we send this. Let's see how we get on. You also have a bag of stones, and a spear, and a hero sword. So you're going to do more damage than we are. You're also gaining mana, which means you're going to ramp max health. However, we do have a heal that is now giving us... Well, sorry, we had an empower generator. If we're above 70% health, we gain 1 empower. Otherwise, we heal for 8. We do heal for 10, I think that was. Was it 10? Healed for 30, so I guess that is healing us for 10. Yeah, we healed for 10. Yeah, healed for 10. This gives us 10 max health, and this was healing for 5? Yeah, healing for 5. That's because we've got these gemstones in, so we do have an extra 20% healing. Okay. This is now 15% healing, so we've actually lost 5% healing, but we do have a box of riches, which is fine. We have a piggy bank, which we probably sell for 2. We've gained a badger as well. You don't really do a lot right this second. We can switch things around on the board to make this hit 2. If we just did that, bought bag space and put it right here. So I think, oh, this is a shame. We're going to have to sell the box of riches and the piggy bank. And we can also sell this gemstone as well. Let's do... I kind of want the box of riches. I'm not going to lie. That sells for 3. We might have to sell the broccoli. I think we sell the broccoli. We sell piggy riches. We buy bag space, dump it here. Badger lives there. That's a pain. I guess you could live like that instead. And then we can put the box of riches here. We may as well put this in either the weapon or the shield. Stun resist and critical hit chance resist is nice. It's 10% and 5% in a armor piece, or it attacks 10% faster if it's a weapon. I think this is okay. We do really need to roll for a stone. We have a 64% chance to find common items right this second. I think we keep the carrot locked. I would also like this locked. I think we get rid of the buff stick. I need to get into a habit here, I think, of only locking 2 things. I mean, we do also want the Wand of Equilibrium, I'm not going to lie. Alright, we locked 3 things. We just contradicted everything I've just said. Okay, 3 piggy banks, a weapon, shell totem, and you've got some mana, which is obviously going to ramp your max health. Sword and a buckler. I think we should win this because we've got 2 bucklers, not to mention one is a frozen buckler. This is a 30% chance to prevent 12 damage, remove 0.7 stamina from the opponent, and inflict 1 frost up to 10 times. So they can get 10 frost, not to mention we are going to be removing 0.7 stamina. I think we saw both shields just proc. Did we see both shields just proc? Oh, it's not going to actually show the shields proccing. We also don't seem to see that shield. There is. Inflicted 1. Yeah, here. In the same second, it hit us for 0 damage. We remove 0.7 stamina from the frozen buckler, and we remove 0.3 stamina from the wooden buckler. So that means we removed 1 stamina with their 1 swing, because they only have 1 weapon. So multiple bucklers can proc on the same melee swing. Crazy. This is also insane. Because it's just given us a hero longsword for free. It was our whole budget, which sucks. Sorry, bear with me. Okay, we already have a hero longsword as well. That can go there. You can go here. You use 0.6 stamina. You use 0.5 stamina. So again, we could put both of these weapons in. like that. You would have to come back one. You would have to come back one. So we do want bag space. We have no gold to get bag space. I think we put that in the buckler, so we reduce our opponent's healing, just in case they have healing. I think we are going to sell both the yellow gemstones. And you know what? As crazy as it is, we've only got 2 gold. We're never going to be able to find bag space. I don't know if we get a shiny shell or not. We could put you that way, we could put you that way. Even if we bought the shell, we have nowhere to put it. I would like... Yeah, we can't really do a lot with this. Or we can put Box of Riches in instead of the Shell Totem. I think we need the healing currently. You're hitting both things, you're hitting both things, you're hitting both things. Empower's doing its thing. Banana's there for a little bit of stamina. A little bit of extra healing. And not to mention faster cooldown. Sorry, not faster cooldown. +2 max health for the Badger. I think we are going to buy the Shell. And I think we hold on to these 2 items. That's fine to me. We'll keep the wand locked, we'll keep the carrot locked, and I think we send it. I would like this touching the shell when we get the shell in. They also have a bag of stones, but they've put the bag in a fanny pack, which does nothing. Okay. I think double buckler here is probably saving us, because again, they've got 3 weapons. So I'm kind of happy with that. We gained a rat, and we also gained pandemonium. I don't think we want pandemonium. We're going to sell that. I don't think we want the rat. I think we're going to sell that. Although, it is a nature item. If we had an extra bag space, we could put it here, and then we can put the rat here. Oh, but you could also touch the badger. That's unfortunate. We'd have to spin this around like this, and then we'd have to put the rat in here. So the badger benefits from the rat. We could do that, we just need a force layer. We have lots of things reserved, we don't have a lot of gold, I want to keep all these items. So, I think, as crazy as it is, we unreserve everything and roll for backspace. There's some backspace. Happy days, and there's another stone. Even better. Although that does complicate things a little tiny bit. Because we're going to have to redo bags in a second, which is fine. Yeah, let's redo bags now real quick. You're going to have to live like that instead, which is fine. You go there instead. You'll hit 2, you hit... Okay, that is okay. We could even sell the banana and grab another shell. I think we do that for a second. We can put you here. Yeah, so you're now hitting 4 things. Again, we could put this here, but then you would lose minus 30% stamina usage, which I think is pretty big. So I think this is how we're going to play it. Yeah, I think that is alright. We're going to send it. We don't need to lock these 2 items. Let's have some coffee. Alright. They had spicy banana. I realised as well that this gives us a stamina every 3.85 seconds, which is technically better than banana, so that replaces the banana kind of thing. If we look at damage real fast. So 1 stone, which I'm guessing was the left-hand stone. Yeah, left-hand stone. That was dealing 32 damage. The Hero Longsword was dealing so much more damage, so this probably wants to be in a fanny pack. And this stone was basically the same as the Hero Sword. So again, the stones don't need to be in a fanny pack. Now we know. We're going to goob. What do we want to do? We either go Crossblades, which is this. Start a battle. Start a battle, the weapon gains 10 damage, which would be really cool for a stone. And the diamond item triggers 60% faster. We would have to position that in such a way that it would hit... Well, the 60% faster on an item doesn't actually need to be a weapon, that's fine. And then on hit, gains 1 damage, and it attacks 4% faster, which just ramps. So we could do crossblades, or we could turn the hero longsword into a steel goober, and then put the steel goober above the stones, and then ramp stone damage. But I'm kind of thinking stones aren't that great anymore. We're going to Jinx. You could just go there. We could change some things around, but you could just go there. That's kind of nice. Everything goes 3%, every 3 seconds, items trigger 5% faster up to 10 times, and we remove 1 luck from your opponent, which is kind of big. We don't have anything that is time-based that has a duration on it, so this bag is useless, but it is bag space, which is nice. And then we obviously got the Jinx and a Wand of Equilibrium. The Jinx can go in there perfectly, so we could even do something like this. We would need to move over 1 at least to hit everything on the board. And I'm thinking now, we do take out the bag of stones and the stones. We put you here, and we put you here. Badger now loses 2 nature items, but again, I think that is okay. The Badger probably wants to go there instead now, so it's getting hit by this. You probably want to go there. Nope, because you're not getting hit as a nature item. So we'd do that instead. We could move you here, so again, you're being hit. And then we can put you here, so you're being hit and you're hitting 2 light items. Wand of Equilibrium can go there, and then we got 1 space left over for whatever we have available. You can go there, 1 space as in that the Jinx is going to hit. Debuff Cleanse is probably nice, and we got some Rejuvenation, but I think we put that in the weapon so we're inflicting poison, and then I think we're probably going to sell the Bag of Stones. Although turning that into Sir Sand makes sense. Both players take minus 25% damage for 7 seconds and inflict 3 blind to us both. That would allow Crossblades to ramp because on hit it gains a damage and it attacks 4% faster. And if we're taking 25% less damage for the first 7 seconds, they will be as well. But this does kind of benefit us. So I think we sell both the rocks. I forgot for a second we bought stone. That would have been a misplay. And we hold on to this. We could also get this gem, which I think we do. We put that in the shield, and then this can be double debuff cleanse. It only hits 1 item though, which is fine. Unless we put you here and this here. So now you hit both the debuff cleansers. You hit everything basically. And this bag is effect durations of items inside are increased by 30%. We don't have anything right now. I'm pressing tab, nothing needs to go in that bag. We see a goob. I wouldn't mind a goob for a chili goob, but again, I don't think I care that much. Although, with crossblades hitting an item that make it trigger 60% faster, that could have an incredible synergy with a goober. So one of the activations is going 60% faster. I guess we lock him. We see what goes on. We have another round to grab the turtle. So next round we are going to have to sell things. So we could always sell that for 2 gold and not get Sir Sand. We will see what the Bag of Giving gives us. Lots of heat. You've got 3 weapons and the chili goob. I'm hoping both of our shields proc a lot. And they just have no stamina, which looks like that's what's happened. But we are pretty well. We have more health than they do, even though, yeah, we are ramping max health quicker than they are. They have 47 heat. We still smashed them. Okay, that's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. We've been given corrupted armor. That is insane. 10% chance for each dark item to protect buffs. Oh, debuffs. On your opponent from being cleansed. Start off battle, we gain 85 armor, and every 2.4 seconds we cleanse 2 debuffs and then inflict them on our opponent. Oh, where do we put you in, my friend? We're probably going to have to sell this bag space for 3. We're going to have to sell that for 3. We're going to have to sell that for 2, and the fire, and maybe even the gemstone, just so we can buy Shield Master. That kind of sucks, because Shield Master is now going to have to live in these 2 spots, and then we're going to have to figure out how we get everything in again. I don't think it'll be too hard, but it might be. We could also just move these 2 bag spaces somewhere else. Like here. And then move you in one. Although that wouldn't work, but you kind of get what I'm saying, right? Move you in one, and then Turtle just lives there instead. How do we get the gold for this? I would like to keep this bag space, just so we have more bag space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'd need 3 gold. We could just sell the box of riches for 3. I think that's probably going to be the play. What needs to go in here other than the Wand of Equilibrium? The Badger? The Badger uses mana, right? Oh yeah, it uses mana. I mean, luckily this is giving us mana, but this hasn't been proccing as often as it could be. We could just sell the rat. Oh, that's 2 gold, not 3. I mean, dealing 5 magic damage every 3.3 seconds with a 75% chance to inflict a poison and a 10% chance to inflict a blind isn't the worst. It's a shame it's not near the bird, because the bird would benefit the rat, seeing as it's a pet. We don't need this scroll, we sell it. We don't need this anymore, we sell it. We haven't got a Shelly, although we could make a burning longsword, although I think we go crossblade, so we sell this. And I think this gem would be really worth keeping. I think we sell the rat for 2. Oh, it's debuffs though, isn't it? I think we sell the rat for 2. And then we'd need 2 gold. Because I want this armor. Not that we're going to be able to put it in on the first turn. Like, we're not going to be able to use that immediately, but I think that's okay. We could also do something like this and put the bird in. Again, it doesn't really hit everything. Unless it's here. It doesn't hit the turtle if we put it there either, because I'm thinking we just put turtle here with the 2 bucklers. Can we do anything else here? We can do that. That. Move this one up 1, put you here, turtle goes there. It means we debuff cleanse, or we lose quick debuff cleanse. You can then go here. So we still maintain quick debuff cleanse. And I think, honestly, we're going to sell the rat. We could sell this gem as well. And then I guess we could sell this gem and the rat. We buy Turtle Master, we put you here. You're also in the bag that you need to be in, which is perfect. We would like that for Shelly. And now we need to fit this in somehow, which we're not going to be able to do. Unless we put that there. You go here. Box of Riches come out, you go here, Turtle goes there. Wand of Equilibrium can just come out a second. You still hit only 2 things, which is fine. You're still being hit by everything. Oh, we really need a singular bag slot, but you're going to live there a second. I would like level up to be hit. Probably more than I'd like the 1 to be hit, I'm not going to lie. I think we won there. We put the debuff cleanse in, and we put level up in. The shells do not need to be in this bag. But they do need to be hit by the badger. So we could even do that. Move you up 1, put the wand in. But then you lose cooldown reduction. And I would like that in the bag as well, I'm not going to lie. Could do that. It's a shame we don't have a singular bag slot. You do need cooldown reduction because I've just realised we're using 1.7 stamina a second. So maybe we get rid of the debuff. And then we put one of these either side. It means we don't get as big a heal. But I think that's okay. Debuff cleanse is nice. We don't need debuff cleanse anymore because you're cleansing 2 debuffs and inflict them on the opponent. So you can go in a shield instead. Box of Riches can go there. That hits everything it needs to. And in addition, we have this proccing a bit quicker because it's going to ramp once, so this is going to trigger 5% faster, and then this will trigger slightly after, which means if we are on full health, at least we have a bit of a break in our heals. Otherwise, everything is looking juicy. What are you? 1.6, you're 1.4. I think that's fine. We could still grab a Goober. I would like the Scroll of Purity. Or sorry, the Blessing of Purity. I think that's a very good healing item, a very good cleanse item. Probably better than Carrots, I'm not going to lie. But we do also want dark items, so this has a 10% chance to protect debuffs on the opponent from being cleansed if we sort of migrate into a heavy debuff build. Ooh, we also have a Charismatic Orb. This would go really hard with the Wand of Equilibrium. It would also make a Paradise Bird. Every 2.7 seconds, reduced from 3, items gain a 7% chance to duplicate buffs they gain, heal 7% more, and trigger 7% faster. So we'd have a 7% chance to duplicate some of these buffs. Not that we're getting a lot of buffs currently. They'd heal for 7% more, which currently we're not actually really healing except from the Shell Tome. Yeah, we are gaining max health through the Badger. Oh, you're not touching any nature items now. Oh yeah, I've just remembered. You need to touch nature items, don't you? That's fine. You only gain +2 health for each nature item. You are gaining 20 max health every 1 mana, so it's not the worst thing in the world, although we could just bring you up and bring you down. Now you hit at least 1 nature item, that's fine. Nope, can't do that. I think for 14 gold, this is probably not worth it, but we are going to lock it down, and we're going to lock all this down. So, lol again. Let's not lock everything, and then I've just locked everything. Amazing. Double armors, you're going to be cleansing poison. We're going to be putting poison on you. And you don't seem to be putting any debuffs on us, so this is kind of doing nothing. But it is a chunk of armor at the start of the fight. We do need to start ramping a heal of some sorts, which doesn't look like it's happening. Although we do have more health than they do. You don't have any way to gain more armor. I don't think we do either. Oh, we did just gain a bunch of armor because, of course, we have turtles, so we do have a way to gain armor. 7 frost. I'll take it. Ooh, a corrupted crystal. That's kind of nice. I don't think we need the strong heroic potion. It is the upgraded version, so it sells for 5. I don't think we need the sand. We get rid of that. I would like to make a Shelly here, but we don't have bag space. So, as crazy as it is, I think I'm going to unreserve everything but the potion. I'm going to roll once the bag space. There's some bag space. We'll take it. It doesn't matter where we put that. We can just put it there a second. Or better yet, we'd put it here. And then we would do this, this, and this. And probably move the Badger in 1 or 2. So now it's hitting 3 nature items and it's still getting hit by the Jinx. Bag of Stones has given us this gemstone. I guess we want that in the armor so it reduces the opponent's healing. Or we could put it in a weapon for 25% chance to remove a random buff on the opponent, which could be nice. We've also got a Corrupted Crystal. I think this is nice in a weapon. Opponents below 30% health, we deal 50% more damage. I'm pretty sure they stack as well. 7 debuffs inflicted, we gain 6 armor in an armor slot. Or in the backpack, every 4.3 seconds we inflict fatigue damage. I think this going here, so it's actually going to ramp quicker, is probably the play. I do want to hold on to this in case we find a cap, because this item's insane. So we're looking for a helmet now. Pretty much. We also want the healing potion. We have no gold to do it. And then this is going to create a shell. So we want 2 fires so we can make a turbo shelly. We want a helmet for this. And then we also want 2 pairs of gloves, which again I don't think we're probably going to find now, unless it throws them at me. Because I'm pretty sure gloves are a common item. No, they're a rare item. So we still have a 28% chance to find rare. That will drop to 25, I think, this game. Send it. You're hitting everything you need to again. There's a Shelly. You've got double boots of frost resistance, dragon skin boots, which is kind of nuts. You've got double dragon claws on the weapon, which aren't doing anything right now, but as soon as you enter battle rage, you will then start using it. which is when you drop below 50% health, so any second, there we go. Now this has got a 0.75 second cooldown. They are 5 fatigues ahead of me because of the crystal with the cooldown reduction. Yeah, okay. And they also had Power of the Moon, but they don't have any moon items. So fatigue actually started 5 seconds earlier, and when fatigue starts, it increases their maximum health by 65%. We still have more max health than they do at 350 something. Interesting items. I think we want False Life here. That makes the most sense to me, seeing as we are scaling max health already. We don't have a massive amount of healing, but we do heal. And we do have a lot of armor, which means we are kind of ramping our health back up. We don't need to use a rejuvenation to gain a look and 2 spikes, so we can sell that. We're not using stones anymore, we can sell that. We have more debuff cleanse or reduction in healing, so I think we put both of these in here. And these are going to merge together. It isn't going to merge massively. It's probably going to reduce the opponent's healing to 10%. Sorry, 20%, as opposed to we've got 2 18s. So what's that? 36? Yeah, 36% currently. So merging these probably isn't going to be the play, but we are going to be gaining more gemstones, so I think that's okay. We've got a blue gemstone. We don't gain a lot of mana, but every 5 mana gained in armor, we gain 2 armor, if we socket it within armor, that is. Backpack after 4.5 seconds, it inflicts 2 frost. That does work because we've got a frozen buckler. But on hit, 15% chance to ignore armor, gain a mana, and inflict a frost, I think is possibly better. And we've also been given, after 5 seconds, trigger the pet and gain 4 spikes. This is good because we can either ramp more max health on the Badger. We can either make the Jinx trigger for free after 5 seconds, or we can make the Turtle trigger. Which honestly I think is much better. So we're going to put you on the Turtle. We've got a Burning Sword. Honestly, I think the Burning Sword going at 1.6 seconds as opposed to 1.4 on the Hero Sword is probably better. Hero Sword gives the weapon an additional 1 damage to the Hero Longsword, but this has a 60% chance on hit to gain a heat, and whenever we gain 7 heat, so for every 7 heat gained, I'm pretty sure that means this weapon and the star weapon, which will be the Hero Longsword, gains +1 damage. So I think taking out the Hero Sword for the turn is better than putting in the Burning Sword. It uses 0.6 stamina, this uses 0.5, but we do have level up, which is rejuvenating some stamina. Box of Riches we would like to keep, but we can't put it in right now. I think if anything, we sell the blue chip gemstone and we buy False Life. False Life is going to go right here, so it hits 2 dark items. The armor is also hitting 2 dark items because it's hitting both the Corrupted Crystal and now False Life. We still want the potion. I wouldn't mind seeing what the unidentified amulet is, and I do think oil lamps are really good. If we buy the potion this round, we ain't got nowhere to put you, so I think we hold on to the Box of Riches, and I think we're going to hold on to the Hero Longsword, or sorry, the Hero Sword, until we can try and make crossblades. You need 2 whetstones to turn into a burning blade, which I think is better. Well, it's exactly the same, it just deals like double damage and has a 100% chance to gain a heat on hit. And when it gains 6 heat, this and other weapons gain 1 damage. So ideally, we'd like to turn that into a burning longsword, or a burning blade, sorry, and then turn you into crossblades. We just need the gloves for the Hero Longsword to make the Falcon Blade. Everything's still being touched except False Life. Is this where we want False Life to trigger more often? I think it is. So we switch these 2 items around. So Corrupted Crystal is no longer going as fast as the... we could also spin everything around. Well, we can and we can't. I can't. So I don't think we do that at all. Oh, we can just put this on the end instead. Because even if we put it here, it'd still hit basically everything, although it wouldn't hit the turtle. Turtle's kind of important. We could put it here. It misses 2 of the weapons. I think where we've got it right now is fine without having to reorganize our entire bags. Let's send it. I don't think we need a carrot anymore. Carrots would be good though. They already have scissor swords. Crazy. So we're going to miss every swing. But we are going to be stripping our own blind and putting it on them. Unless it goes for poison and frost instead. We need a Shelly. So we have a chance to cleanse more than 2 debuffs and then throw all of them at the opponent. Again, we do have a lot more health than they do, but it is anyone's game right now. They are critting me or hitting me for quite some damage. Yeah, we lost that. The blind screwed us, not to mention they also have 10 luck, so chances are this has very high accuracy, 75%, whereas our weapons have 70 and 70. Not to mention they had a bunch of buffs. Squirrel Archer was stealing all our buffs. They had a Shelly, they had level up, and they also had a Boomerang, which again was stealing our buffs. Our healing was reduced because they have a cap of discomfort, and not to mention, every time we get a buff, they've got a 15% chance to nullify it. So, all in all, not a bad build. You don't have a musical instrument though. I wonder if we're playing this wrong and not going the ukulele without a musical instrument. Ooh, and you also have By the Holy Light. So both Shelly and the weapons were triggering 40% faster, 0.82 seconds, as opposed to 1 second and 1 second. Shelly on an 8.22 second, as opposed to our version of Shelly, but even then it's 8.67, it's not the worst. If it wasn't for the poison, I think we would have won. What was giving me so much poison? Oh, they have a Flawless Emerald, 8% chance to inflict 2 poison on hit, that's why, okay. There's our Shelly, for free. Happy about that. Easy peasy. Bag space is bag space. I think we just dump you anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Shelly wants to be within this Jinx. So this is where we're probably going to have to reorganize bags. We don't care about Broom. We sell the Broom. We don't care about the Dragon Claws, although it's a 10% chance to resist poison. It's not the worst thing in the world. I would like to sell this and buy a potion so we get another Shelly. Okay, how do we do this? We need more bag space, yet again. Okay. We could put this here. You go there. And then we put Shelly here. No, Shelly here. We put the potion here and a shell there. So you're making a Shelly, and that means both the Shellys are going to be in the Shelly. It means False Life isn't going to trigger as often, which kind of sucks, but this does mean we're going to gain Chip Gemstones because we have 2 items in that in the box. In the box of Prosperity, shop entered. If it has at least 2 godly or unique items inside, we generate a Chip Gemstone. So hopefully we can maintain that, which means we don't need this anymore. So we could sell it. We could also buy another Corrupted Crystal. I'm not going to lie, that's kind of a good idea. We could also get another shell. It's on offer. I think we do that and we replace that shell up there. So you're still hitting the nature items that you're hitting, and you've still got cooldown reduction. We keep this in case we get some actual gloves. Don't think we care about the amulet anymore. Kind of leaning towards needing this lamp, especially when we just went against a scissor sword build, but I think this is okay if we reserve these 2 and send it. We could put the weapon in, but we are using 1.8 stamina. You've got double turbo Shelly, you're using friendly fire, and you've got 2 chilly goos. Not to mention False Life is going to trigger way quicker than ours. You're going to have so much heat, you're just going to beat us, I think. There's a 60, there's 100 damage from friendly fire. Now all you're doing is ramping and going faster. So if we, again, they're gaining so much more max health. If our turtle can keep up, we might win, but I don't think we can. Not when they've got that much heat. No, it's insane. We've just lost this, I think. Yeah. There comes a time where they ramped too fast, and we don't have enough damage. 114 to 120 fatigue, I think that was a second. Hilarious. Heat builds are very strong. There's a second Shelly. We love it. You a nature item? You are a nature item, that's annoying. So now we got both the Shellies in the bird and we got the turtle in the bird. I think that is pretty good. We don't need healing herbs, although we may as well bang it in for a second. It's a nature item. We gained a bunch of gemstones, which is nice. I think you're going to go in the shield because this is giving us more healing. 35% more healing, which is nice. 20% chance to resist poison, I think, is good. And probably a chance to resist stun's good. Although I think... Oh, do we want faster attack speed? Not really. I don't think we really do. Yeah, not really. We don't need you. We don't need these little gemstones. Although we can put a poison one in there. They're going to merge together. That makes sense. Don't think we need a blue one. We're not gaining a massive amount of mana. Although it does give them frost. So I guess we keep it. And you know what? We could even keep this one as well for an 8% base stamina regen. And then buy a fanny pack. We could turn into a crow as well, but I don't think we need to turn you into a crow. Items trigger 6% faster, 6% chance to duplicate debuffs they inflict, and we steal a look from our opponent. The stealing a look from the opponent could play really nicely into our hands. That could be interesting. Is a crow good? The duplication of buffs is probably better than a Paradise Bird because we are buffing more. Well, we're not really buffing that much. We're gaining heat randomly from this weapon. This is giving us luck and mana. You're giving us luck, mana, rejuvenation, and that's it. These three items are the only things that are currently giving us buffs. Everything else is just max health. You also give us Empower as long as we're above 70% health. Maybe the crow is the play here. The only thing that's inflicting debuffs is the armor, and that's cleansing 2 of ours and inflicting them on the opponent. Now that we have 2 Shellies, cleanse effects have a 25% chance to cleanse an additional debuff, which means this can cleanse up to 4, but then also this is going to duplicate that. So technically, this can heal 6 or cleanse 6 debuffs, which would be nice. If we're replicating that and putting more debuffs on them, we have no gold to buy these two. I think, honestly, we just buy a fanny pack and send it. What do we want in the fanny pack? Probably both the Shellies. So we can do that. We can do that. We can then spin this around somehow. Like that? No, that's not going to work, is it? That is not going to work unless we do that first. That works. Put Shelly here, put Shelly here, put Turtle there. It does mean the Turtle's not going to fire 5% quicker, but we can put that on a Shelly, which is going to be debuff cleanse. Ooh, although do we want to cleanse debuffs quick? I don't think we do. I don't think this bag fits. I don't think that fits on Shelly's. We can get the Badger involved here and make the Badger go quicker, I guess. I would like it touching 2. Or we could just, again, fanny pack down here, but then it means we have to mess around with bags a little tiny bit, but that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I guess. Could we do that? Are you like this? No, we would be missing a bag slot. I think that's okay. I think that's fine. It means the badge is going to go a little bit quicker than 4.2, not to mention it is in the Jinx as well. I'm also looking around thinking that this could also hit both the Shellies. It could hit both shells and both Shellies. That bag sticks out. Although not if we did that. Seeing if possibly we could move these up here. Move this down one. Move the Shellys down one. We'd not get chip gemstones. I don't think I'm too fussed about changing all the bag around, to be fair, right now. I should absolutely be fussed. But I think we're alright. This having an additional 30% reduction in its stamina cost is probably really big. That would probably be a better location for the Jinx as well. No, I think we're happy with what we got. I think we send it until we have to, like, until we're forced to move bags around. We probably really should be moving this, though. I don't know. We'll see. 13 blind to start with. They've got a singular Sir Sand. They're also going to be ramping luck. This is where we probably should have bought that flask and made a crow, so we steal luck. We are cleansing all of our debuffs. They still have a bunch of blind, but that's fine for them because this is giving them luck every time they don't hit. Yeah, okay, we beat them. We had 1,000 max health. That's fine. Okay. Don't need you. Don't need you. And we probably don't need this gem, but I kind of like it. So we're going to put you in there. Every 2.4 seconds, we cleanse a blind and heal for 5. Use 10 mana and become invulnerable for 2 seconds once. Could save us. Kinda leaning towards buying you for 7. Not gonna lie. I don't really care about the lamp anymore now that we have corrupted armor and double shelly, so I think we get rid of the lamp and we roll once for bag space. That is exactly what we needed. And then we can put this here. We can put you back in on the turtle. We can buy you for 7 and put you here. You're hitting... Oh, you hit Shellys. Oh, that's a misplay. I didn't realise. Can't we do anything with that right now? That's fine. You're hitting... Oh, you hit Shellys as well? Oh, no. I didn't know that either. Oh, but you only hit 1 Shelly. Wait, what? Why is this Shelly dark? Oh, it's because it's touching this. Light items become dark. Oh, no. What have I done? I didn't read that part of the tooltip. Let's reorganize bags then. We'll sell you first. We'll sell this blue gem first as well. I wouldn't mind a chili for some extra heat. And then we do bag spaces. Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know if this is better than how we had it. I'm not going to lie. Jinx is hitting basically everything. It's now missing the chili, the badger, and the wand. It's a shame that these two are taking up 2 extra stars, and this is taking up an extra star, and so is this, but so is Turtle. Crystals are no longer touching the Jinx. I think that's okay. We've got the armor hitting 3 light things, turning them dark. We could have made more light things touch the armor, to be completely honest, but I was trying to maximize the Shell Totem's stamina. So it's using 60% less stamina. Yo and Shelly, weapons are doing what they're doing. They don't have to touch anything other than themselves. Badger's hitting 4, Turtle's hitting 2. If we lose now, it'll be because we haven't got this on the Turtle and some things aren't in Jinx. But we'll send it. We'll see how we go. To heat build with Tim in the backpack, so when we drop below 30%, they heal for 50 and gain 5 heat. I think we lose to heat builds because they ramp a certain amount of heat and then they just have too much cooldown. So heat builds kind of counter us right now. We have no ramp against heat builds. Yeah, we just lose to a heat build. Oh, it was all going so well. Bag slot's nice, we'll hold on to it. Don't really need the deck of cards. I guess we can put you in the belt slot, seeing as it's a potion, or the potion belt slot. When you receive 10 debuffs, consume this and cleanse 10 debuffs. That would help us cleanse debuffs, not to mention we have this, both Shellys cleansing 6 debuffs each, and this is removing 2 debuffs and then inflict them on the opponent. Hit or miss. Snowball's nice. We can put you here and make another frozen buckler, which again is better than a normal buckler. Going from 7 damage and 0.3 stamina to 12 damage and 0.7 stamina. Not to mention it can inflict frost up to 10 times. We have another red gemstone. I think we probably put that in the weapon for more lifesteal. You can just go up there for debuff cleanse. We're still holding on to this, and I don't know why now. Because I don't think we're going to make crossblades. Maybe we will if we win and we go into survival. We could just sell it for 4 and buy a toad. Don't know where we're going to put a toad, so I think we just send this. I think maybe the reorganization of bags may have got me killed. Ooh, you're going to be getting a lot of health. And a lot of mana. And you also have Mana Orb and Mana Mastery. God damn. They have some good synergy going on. We both have stamina issues. Snow on shield. Yeah, that's happening. That's happening. Making another frozen buckler. I think they're ramping higher than we are now. Ew, yeah, their damage is nuts. Yeah, hitting 105. We didn't have any damage ramp. We were still hitting 16 to 18 and 19 to 21. Whereas they were hitting for 103 to 108. I think that's why we lost this, or started to lose. As we got into the higher rounds, we don't really have a crazy amount of buffs. And our weapons were not ramping. That was the misplay we ran into here. If we didn't have the weapons and we had some, I don't know, a chili goob or something, I think we probably would have won. And just not used weapons, but yeah, that's it's a little bit unfortunate. Oh, also they've got dragon skin boots as well, so it meant our frozen bucklers were doing nothing, or frozen buckler was basically doing nothing. We weren't really stripping their buff, so Shepherd's Crook's kind of a waste of 5 slots. Yeah, 5 slots. Otherwise, overall, like, their board doesn't seem to have much going for it. They're obviously ramping their weapon. They've got loads of mana gain during Battle Rage, which is then obviously going to synergize really well with Mana Mastery and Mana Orb, give them 40 buffs. For the amount of buffs they gain, they're gaining 0.7% stamina regen for each buff that they have. So again, it means that they don't have any stamina issues. Not that they should anyway, although the attack speed, I guess. Using 2.1 stamina a second. Sorry, 2.5 a second. Because it's got a cooldown of 0.84. So I guess that, yeah. I mean, they've got really good synergy. Oh, and also base stamina regen's minus 30%, which is probably why they have a rabbit. Good synergy overall. I mean, they've got Moon, Power of the Moon, doesn't do anything for them. Although they do have a crystal as well, so again, they're going to enter fatigue earlier. This is giving us fatigue every 2.99 seconds currently at the end. And this also gives them more max health when they enter fatigue. So again, we had double their max health. But yeah, the 49 spikes probably did a lot of damage to me as well. $380 damage came from spikes. Stormbloom hit 1,353 damage. Fatigue was 1,000 damage. And then even the Forging Hammer was 414 damage. Because this gains an extra damage per Empower, and it's got 30 Empower, so it basically deals double damage. Well, it deals an additional +1 damage per Empower, but Empower gives it +1 damage, so it's +2 damage per Empower, I believe that's how that works. Yeah, okay. We probably lost 2 rank in there. 1, that's not bad. It's not bad for the first game. Kind of waking up, kind of getting it. Let's jump into another game. We'll go with Whetstone first, is on offer. We could go max health. We don't have any mana at the moment, and I don't think blueberries are going to pop up. 10% chance for rare. I don't think we get this. I think we roll past it. Actually, we buy it because it's on offer. We just sell it if we don't need it. I think we're going to go with a banana. Ooh, are we going to see a weapon? Who knows? Mana build. We could go on mana build, you know. We have a whetstone for a weapon. I'm kind of thinking we go rejuvenation and send it. I'm not going to lie. That's probably a misplay. Ooh, a goob and a sword. We could go straight goob. We can't. We don't have enough gold. We're going to buy the sword and make a hero sword. And I think next turn we go steel goober. We lock the bag, we lock the goob. A fire could be nice for a gold. We still have a heat, we may as well. We'll send it. I'd normally like to keep the gold so we get more items next turn. Well, not more items next turn, but higher value items. I think we lose to a pan. Again, this isn't doing anything. Yeah, a bit of poison and a pan. I think we just lose. We don't have enough regen. Yeah. First game loss is fine. I don't mind losing the first game. Oh, goddamn ice armor. And some gloves, which is kind of crazy because if we get one more gloves, we can just go straight into a falcon blade and just not make the cross blade. We just use a falcon blade so everything triggers 40% faster. With a goob, that could be really good. We could also, I mean, Ruby Welt, we're not going to get that for a while. Annoying. We sell the chessboard because we don't need it. We hold that. We do need bag space. We could sell the fire and the gloves. We could also sell the mana book because we do have ice armor, which I think this early on is insane. It's just going to carry me. Carry me! I think we sell the book for 2, we sell the flame for 1, we buy bag space. We move everything across 1. That's probably better. Banging ice armor. We probably want the gloves on something, like the weapon and maybe broccoli, maybe the banana actually. So we would do that, that, and that. I think we are going to try for a falcon blade, I'm not going to lie. I think 1 twine is good. Excuse me, my throat, good lord. I think we keep the twine. We buy the goober. Even if we make broccoli goob, I've realised that broccoli goob's actually really good if we can duplicate the buff gain. Cross sword. I mean, we almost had cross sword last game. We just didn't see any whetstones. We made a hero sword and we got given a hero longsword. Oh, that was it. Yeah, we had the hero longsword. We just didn't see any gloves. I mean, I guess when we have something like this, like last game when it gave us a hero longsword for free and we already had a hero sword, we should have just sold everything it was giving me and rolled for whetstones, sorry, gloves, and then made the crossblades. That's what we should have done. I see this now. We send it this turn. Axe, double banana, and all... Wow, the gloves aren't going to do anything, but the mana orb, as long as it doesn't proc, we should be fine against the Amulet of Darkness. I don't think that's even done anything yet. I don't think that's proc once. Damage? Oh no, it definitely triggered once. Yeah, 7 damage, it triggered once. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, interesting items. I don't think we need the wooden sword, although again, we would need this if we wanted more whetstones and more gloves to make crossblades, but I don't think we do. A daggerang is really good. Just as an extra weapon, it's not the worst thing in the world, it's pretty tasty. We could also put it here, and then it's in a fanny pack, done. It means we'd have to sell the twine, and then we'd have to either go stoned or no rush please, or un-ID'd. I would like to keep the twine. We could sell the garlic. I don't feel that like big about garlic. Stoned isn't the worst thing in the world because we do start the game off with 80 armor, which means right off the bat we take 20% less damage, which I think is better than no rush please because this gives them a chance to ramp as much as it gives us a chance to ramp. I think we sell the garlic. And I'm pretty sure we're going to buy stoned here. And then we can also move stoned across 1 and put twine in. So twine has a higher % chance to duplicate. Not duplicate, sorry. Gain max health. The goob we still want for steel goob. We would need a weapon that's doing work here. I mean, the daggerang is a perfect fit for steel goob. Maybe we should have kept that wooden sword and made 2 daggerangs. And then tried to go for a hammer. Although I'm fine with what we've got. I'm fine with what we've got. Yeah, keep the twine, definitely the play. Yeah, happy days. Yeah, because again, garlic's nice, but it's 10% less cooldown than the banana. I don't think that matters. Here we are now using 1.3 stamina for at least the first swing, and then this is stamina reduced by 20% for every swing. So after 5 swings, this is free. It's no longer using stamina. So at the start of the fight, we may run into a stamina problem. So I think having the gloves on the banana is the play. as opposed to the broccoli. Yeah, I think that is okay. We still want the goob. We don't need the twine anymore. Did we reserve an extra twine? No, we got given a twine. Ooh. So now we can unreserve this twine. We only want one, I think. And then we've got a goob on reserve. We could reserve the Wand of Equilibrium. It is on sale, so I think that's fine. Don't need anything else. I've got to stop saying I think that's fine, by the way. When I was watching the VODs yesterday doing some editing, I say it so often. I think this is fine? No, I know it's fine. So, immediately, we are gaining some max health, but they're not even through our 80 armor. The fact that every 5 seconds this uses a heat to inflict 2 frost and gain 10 armor, we have no heat. I don't think they had any heat that we stole. They didn't. So this doesn't do anything currently, except put 4 frost on him, or cold, whatever, and gain 80 armor. They just got through our armor right at the end. And because we just lost the arm, I mean, we still have the damage reduction buff. Okay. A lamp goes pretty hard. Oh, and there's a dagger. God damn you, game. I would like to keep everything here. I'm not going to lie. We can put both of these gemstones in the armor, because that's going to give us a higher % chance to inflict poison, because we'll switch these gemstones around after that's done. The lamp goes hard. This early on as well, it's just gaining an extra damage every 3.4 seconds. It might be a bit early to lock in a lamp. And then we've got box of gemstones. We would have to sell the box of gemstones and something else to roll for bag space to even get the lamp in. So I kind of feel like we sell both of these, which is 7 gold. We could then buy the goober. Yeah, I think this is going to be the play. We're going to sell the box of gemstones. We're going to sell the oil lamp, as disgusting as that makes me feel. We then change bags ever so slightly. I say ever so slightly. We're probably going to do... Actually, let's just do bags. We're going to buy the goob. We're going to do bags. That is how we're going to play it, because I do want the armor in. The armor's going to save me anyway, regardless. This doesn't have the best activators, but we are making a Dragon Knight, a Steel Goober. Ooh, Steel Goober or Broccoli Goober? I think we go Steel Goober to start with, especially when we have Stoned. So Steel Goober is going to basically generate 16 armor on 6 activations, and when we have armor, we take 20% less damage, which is ginormous. I think we keep the banana, just in case we want to go another boomerang. I mean, I'm tempted to lock this. I'm tempted to like roll for a wooden sword. I would also like to keep the gloves. No, we don't need the gloves anymore because we're going to make a Steel Goober. Yeah, I think we go Steel Goober over Broccoli Goober right now. So we can sell the gloves. We could put Stoned here and grab a wand. No, we need the banana. We need the twine, we need a wooden sword, that makes us a boomerang, and then we need the dagger to make another daggerang. And then we go double daggerang either side. Yeah, that is going to be the play. We keep this locked. I would like the shell as well. We may as well get the shell and put it in. And then we keep these 2 locked. Yeah, send it. Okay. We've got an idea. We've got to play. Double broom, hero longsword with 2 whetstones on the brooms. That's kind of a nice setup. I like that. I like that a lot, I do. So Goob's not really doing anything here. He's healing us for 9, but we had max health, so it didn't really do anything. Easy game, that's fine. We also had 4 blind on us. We'll take it. Steel Goober is in play. We've also got some cheap bag space, and we got a fanny pack. We immediately sell the pig. We buy bag space, we put it here, or better yet, here. Daggerang goes in there. Wand can go here, no. Banana can go there. Garlic can go here. Are you 3 second? You're 4 second. You should go there instead. And we have another fanny pack as well, so we could fanny pack sideways. Like that, put you there, put you there. Shell doesn't need to touch anything, so Shell can just go there. Stone needs to go in. We can put you there. We can put the blue on the Daggerang. We can put the green on the armor. Or better yet, we can switch these two around. So we're inflicting poison, 40% chance to ignore armor, inflict 1 frost, and gain a mana. Read that backwards. We don't need a whetstone. Oh, the twine's not doing anything. I mean, it's bad. It's a bad activator. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really bad activator. Still running into the exact same problem. Although now it's got one extra thing there. Although I think stoned, we can't do that. I was going to say stone's going to be an activator, and so is this. Because they're both common. That's a unique. Does that work? It does work, yeah. Unfortunately, we can't move it, because if we did this, then we'd have a single slot on the left-hand side as well. So for now, it's just going to hit one thing like that. We keep the wand locked, we keep the dagger locked. We really need to roll for a common sword. This is the turn to roll for it. Do we sell a singular gemstone? No, we don't. We send it. We figure out next turn what we're doing. We should have put the garlic here, not the banana. That's a misplay. Faster activator. Yeah, we should have put the banana there in these 3 slots. Garlic in these 2. Broccoli there. Misplay. They've got a chili goober with an axe and crit chance. That's kind of scary. We are maintaining good armor though, I think. We're in fatigue. We still have armor, which means we are taking 20% less damage, and we won. Didn't even look at their health. Forgot to look at their health. We don't want a molten spear. We don't want ice block. We do have another blue gem. We'll keep that there for a second. I think we're going to buy the wand for 2. We're then going to roll with the dagger reserved. Ooh, fanny pack's good. We buy the fanny pack and we roll one more time. No common sword. That sucks. We put this here, wand here, garlic here, banana there, broccoli there. We have another wand. Is a wand faster? 3.3. You're 4 seconds. Yes, you are faster. So that goes there. That doesn't really work. You don't need to be there anymore, so you can come here. And that means the garlic can touch the banana, so the banana's going double speed. I would like the broccoli to go double speed. Although we just do that instead. Now everything goes double speed. Yep, well not double speed, it's got... They hit 2 food is what I mean. Yeah. You don't need to hit anything, you're a light item. You don't need to hit anything, you're just in the game. That's looking pretty good to me. The twine is still an issue. Yeah, the twine is still an issue. Do we put you here instead? Yes, I think we do. It means some of the food loses its potency. You hit 2, you hit 2, you hit 2. No, it doesn't. That's all fine. Use my throat today. You're only hitting one thing though, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I would like both of these behind it, but again, we don't have the bag space for that right now. So you're only hitting 1, but you're on the weapon. I think that's okay. You're only hitting 1 anyway with the garlic, if we move the garlic correctly. I think this is... No, I know this is okay. Let's send it. Just did it again. We'll keep the dagger locked because I would like another boomerang or another daggerang. Daggerang seems really good. It activates, it gains damage, it ramps. It's also a free stamina costing item after 5 hits, as we can see. So it's just going to gain... Why is it gaining more cooldown? Oh, because we gained heat? Yeah, okay. It's a heat build with stones and a goob. They probably win. Yeah, that's fine. Heat builds are tough to beat, man. 4 slot bag is nice. Carrot's way better than garlic. We switch that out. That's a 2.7 activator. We've also gained a trigger the pet after X amount of seconds. So you're going to live there and you're going to go on the steel goober immediately. Shell goes up there. We buy a potion. We can't afford it. We sell the garlic. We sell the blue. Yep. We buy the potion. That now lives there. We're making Shelly. We have a red gem left over. We're not really healing right now, except from the banana. So if anything, this just gets sold or put in the weapon. I like the poison in the weapon. I like the blue in the weapon. You can just live in the backpack and deal some damage. We still haven't bought the dagger. We still haven't rolled. I'm doing the exact same thing I always say I shouldn't be doing, where I just use everything it throws at me, and we never roll for items. 20% common. We've got to get really lucky with a common sword now. Oh, you've gone Heart of Cards. That's interesting. You're going to have a bunch of rejuvenation. We don't have the best activators right now. Okay, we did beat the hammer. The hammer had a lamp on it, so it was ranking or ramping, sorry, in damage. They also had a dagger, so on stun the dagger triggers. They had a lot of armor to start with, not to mention when they reach 45 armor, which they wouldn't have ever gained because they start with 30 armor and they have nothing giving them more armor. So this would have. It doesn't look like it's even triggered that potion, to be fair, even though they've used a. Anyway, that's fine. Whatever. Ooh, we just gracefully were given a Daggerang. I mean, that solves a lot of our problems immediately. Let's take out the armor. Let's take out these side activators. We want to put in this here. 4 slot here, 4 slot here, this here. So Daggerang one side, Daggerang the other side. They're both touching 2 fanny packs, so they're going 20% faster. And they are just going to ramp in damage and be quick activators. Easy peasy. Carrots up there, that's fine. We can probably put in the wand here. It means we can't put armor in because of the way we've got our bags currently set up. You probably want to go up there with Shelly. We now have a Shelly as well, which is fantastic. I think Shelly's better than activating after 5 seconds than the Goob is. Although, with the armor, we do have a lot of starting armor. So in that case, this is not doing anything if it heals us. I don't think we want Merchant. We could get Merchant. Let's just sell the chessboard. We don't need it. We don't need this dagger anymore. I'm going to sell it. The twine we were holding on to make a Daggerang. We've got that. I don't think we need it anymore. Twine, please. There we go. If we did anything here... I mean, a Hero's Shield could go pretty big right here. It would hit both the Daggerangs. It would give them +1 damage, plus 15% damage, and they're both ramping in damage because of the Steel Goober. That could be a good ramp play. Otherwise, the twine... Yeah, we'll just save the twine for now. I think we sell the crap green gem. We sell the red gem. That gives us 5 gold. We don't probably need to hold on to both of these armors, but I kind of want to. Kind of wanna. Merchant could go big if we put it here. It would mean 2 of the activators go much faster, not to mention other items at the top of the board go faster, which could be good. Ukulele, I never get. Diamond. Diamond music item activates. Advance the cooldown of a random non-music item by 20%. That's permanent. Every time a musical item activates... Oh, it just advances the cooldown. It doesn't reduce the cooldown. So it just basically skips 20% of the cooldown and activates a bit quicker once. Healing, and obviously it can keep triggering though. Healing is increased by 20% is good. 15% chance to duplicate the buffs gained. That's for everything, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't say it in the star in the diamond, so that's also good. And every 6 seconds, we either heal for 30, gain 5 random buffs, or inflict 4 frost. Triggers 10% faster for each star item. Don't think we want the ukulele. I think we're going to go merchant. If we go merchant and put that there... I mean, that's what we're doing. That's the play. Oh my god, we can trade in a Shelly to get a Turbo Shelly. Thank you very much, Turbo Shelly. Insane. You can now go there with Turbo Shelly here. Turbo Shelly's now going to go 30% faster. Done. You cleanse every 2.2 seconds. It's a shame. Ooh, I kind of want to move this down one and put you here. Because you're a 2.2 second activate and you're worth 12 gold. We could then put Turbo Shelly up here, which means 12 and 11 gold. You want to go on Shelly, which means 12 and 17 gold. And then I guess we just put a Twine. I think this triggers every 3 seconds, but it triggers 2% faster for the gold value on the lower side. So it's going to trigger 28% faster. Let's round that off to 30% faster. I'm pretty sure that's going to trigger quicker than 2.2 seconds. So the Twine goes up there on that. We get the debuff stick in. And then this is giving us mana or rejuvenation, whichever we have the least of. So broccoli here would also mean after we get in 5 luck, it's just going to ramp rejuvenation. This is also luck based to gain in power. This isn't giving us any luck, so I think we need the broccoli in. You would also be good, because the mana gain from scales is always going to mean that these guys never make mana. They're going to either make luck or rejuvenation. They're probably going to make luck, because this eventually will give us, well, it will start by giving us 4 mana, then give us 3 rejuvenation, which means these 2 ones are only going to produce luck, which is probably quicker than the broccoli. So I think this is the current play. You're every 2.2 seconds, you're every 5 seconds. You inflict 80. You start with 80 armor and inflict 4 frost. You start with 65 armor. You should be over here for Shelly. But it's not going to happen. Because we have nowhere to fit that. We have 1 item in the scale, so stone should really go there instead. Which is 17/17. Then you can either go on the wand and have an additional 20% chance to trigger, or you can just go on the weapon with no additional chance to trigger. So 20% chance every 2 seconds to gain 2 maximum health, or a 40% chance every 3.3 seconds to gain 2 health. I think that's better. Yeah, I think that's better. You need to come back into the game, so you're going to go there. Every 5 mana gained, we gain 3 armor. This probably also wants to go in the armor, so every 5 mana gained, we gain 4 armor. So we're gaining 7 armor for every 5 mana gained. You're going to give us chunks of 4 every time. These guys are probably never going to give us mana, so every like 3 procs, we're going to gain a bunch of armor. You're also giving us armor. And when we have armor, stoned is obviously giving us 20% mitigation. Don't need the dagger. Wouldn't mind seeing what the amulet is, but it's not on sale, so we could gamble that. And we hold on to the fanny packs, we can actually like put this in next turn. We also need a 4-slot bag, so we may even end up selling some stuff, but for now I think this is looking pretty strong. Get a hammer and pray for multiple elephant runes. I mean, that could also be the play. We were lucky to just be given a Daggerang, and I am not going to hold the dagger at this point. Which again, if we got a hammer next turn, we should have really reserved the dagger so we have an extra free swing, but I think we're happy here. Done it again. Claws and a torch, both are very fast activating weapons. You've got a stone as an activator, that's terrible. But it probably is quicker than everything else. I mean, you should have probably put the Deerwood Guardian here as an activator. See quite a few builds using Shepherd's Crook, and I think it's awful. Oh, but it does have a 50% chance to resist blind and frost. So this is actually really good, because obviously the Reaper builds are all just running, what's it called, that frost stick build. How's it going, Nature? Crook is the meta. Yeah, maybe we should be starting to make a Crook. It's such a big, like, why is it in a fanny pack? I guess they had no other space for the fanny pack. I guess, whatever. Yeah, it takes up so many item slots though, doesn't it? Right off the bat. But yeah, with the current meta, that might actually be an idea. Chain whip. Remove 2 random buffs from the opponent. During battle rage, additionally heal for 8. Deals +1 damage for each buff you removed. I think we're going to sell that. We don't need this leather armor, so we're going to sell that. We gained another blue gemstone. We banged that in the armor. We gained another poison gemstone. I think we put that in the other weapon. And then we got some debuff cleanse or buff removal. I think we just do that. That doesn't give us a lot of gold to play around with. We want the fanny pack first and foremost. I would like both of these in fanny packs, especially the scales and Shally. Chessboard. Hells no. I mean, I probably will make a chessboard build at some point if we get it early in like the first couple of turns. We'll buy this because it makes sense. We don't need any of these items. We're going to roll past them all. We kept this reserved. Didn't realise. More bag space is nice. So we sell the pink gem. We buy bag space. We can now put the 3-slotter here. Nope. What am I thinking? I'm thinking, how do we get this in? I mean, it makes sense we just dump it over here somewhere. We could put fanny pack. Kind of want a fanny pack the scales up here, I'm not going to lie. That would work with a 4-slot as well. Let's fanny pack there. You here, 4-slot there. Put the scales back where they were, we put Shally back where it was, and that item there, and then we put the carrot back here. Buff stick goes down, Daggerang goes back in. We've got a 3-slotter here to get the armor in. Although it does mean we don't get the buff stick in. We've got 2 bag slots available, but nothing to go in them. Or we do that. It's the exact same thing. Like that instead. And now we can get the 1 back in. Or the broccoli. You need to touch light things, which is Shally, so we're not playing that very well right now, and you don't have to touch anything, that's fine. 17-17, we're happy about that. Don't think we reserve that anymore. I would like the Charismatic Orb. That's going to be very helpful for the scales. Yeah, this isn't looking too bad, I don't think. You're on Shally. Shally's doing its thing. We've got a carrot down there for debuff cleanse. You're cleansing poison. Bunch of armor to start off with, which obviously synergizes very nicely with stoned. You're also giving us armor. 4 fast activators. They're probably the 4 fastest activators we've got. 2.7, 2.2, and 2. You're probably quicker though now, but I don't want that as an activator because it's too confusing for me. We'd have to put it like this, and I ain't doing that. Let's send it. We're looking pretty good here. Have some coffee real quick. I feel like we're not ramping enough. I mean, we still won, that's fine. Oh my goodness gracious, we've been given another ice armor. Holy, and a stone skin potion. Okay. Okay, what do we do? Start of battle. Go! Echoing Battlecry could be really good here, right? If we go double frost armor. This would give us 65 armor and gain 2 rejuvenation for each light item. We could... Oh, we can't because we need an extra bag slot. I was going to say we could ping Shally on this side now. But the gold value's too different. And also it wouldn't have the Amulet of the Wild on it. The stone skin potion, or sorry, strong stone skin potion is pretty good as well because we immediately gain 45 armor off either of these pieces of gear. So we'd consume the potion, would convert 15 health to 35 armor, and then gain 2 spikes for 4 seconds, which isn't the worst thing in the world. That's kind of a nice potion to have. I think, honestly, we get rid of that armor, the holy armor, which is cleansing 2 poison every 2.2 seconds, and we put the frost armor in. We would need to change the location of this, though, so we need bag space, because this is a terrible activator. It's every 5 seconds. And we don't have any heat. Need to sell an armor. Yeah, we probably will do, yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards Echoing Battlecry as well, I'm not going to lie. We need bag space. This would only hit 2 items, so it would only go 100% faster. So I guess that would mean it would go every 7 seconds? Which isn't the worst, it just means every 7 seconds we just gain 80 armor. Wait, we're also on... Yeah, I think we sell this. I'm making that decision now. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Put you in there, put you in there. I think we buy Echoing Battlecry because we're not really gaining enough mana. We're not using Double Rainbow because Double Rainbow is horrendous to place. And we don't care about UnID'd. Oh, we can now sell the potion for Nico. It's a shame when we mouse over Nico we can't see what it actually affects. Godly and unique. So it would make the scales trigger faster. And that's it. Okay, just the scales, that's it. So we probably don't want to sell that for a Nico. I mean, it probably is worth more gold, right? So we could sell this and grab Nico, but I'm just thinking about getting more and more armor. Although we could do that. This going here makes sense. You hit 2 of the starting things. In fact, the only 2 starting things, so that's going to have to live there. Yes, that's going to have to live there. Although, you probably want to get moved to like this. And then we need a 2 slotter, which is probably going to be a wand for now. We need bag slots. We unreserve this. We roll for a 2 slotter bag slot. 3 also works. We need 5 gold. Oh, we sold the holy armor. That would have been really good with a corrupted crystal. And we've got a wooden sword, which means we can get a 3rd daggerang. Huh. If we got a 3rd daggerang, we would probably move the scales left one. Although that's probably not a good play. Because then the daggerang will take up 2 slots. We'd probably have to move it like that instead. We do have the twine, we do have the banana, we do have the wooden sword available to us. Let's sell the broccoli. Wait, hang on. We can probably sell this potion for 4, although we've no longer got the trade offer, so that's probably a misplay. We probably don't want to sell this anymore. All the twine. We need 5 gold. So we sell the broccoli and the 3 gems. Burning coal is... oh, have I made a misplay? No, there's the gem. There we go. We sell that, we put that here. You now live here. And then we put the wand in there. That shouldn't tip the scales. 20 to 17, perfect. I would like to get this potion in. And I think we put the twine back in on the weapon. Kinda sucks, but it is what it is. We could have also put the 3 slotter here. And spun the arm around like that. Nope, that doesn't work. Yeah, that does not work. Okay. Yeah, okay. Banana. Again, I'm going to hold on with the banana because we would need another dagger, which we reserved earlier and got rid of, but we could make another daggerang or a boomerang. We would have to put it, as I say, like this, and then the scales do something crazy. We could also scales like there instead. At some point, we just have to change the whole board around. For now, this is looking sound. Let's send it. Okay. We're out-armoring them. That I like to see, but that is because of, obviously, the Echoing Battlecry. They have far much more... Oh, they don't really have that much more damage than I do. Yeah, that was fine. This is hitting 50 to 52, and these are hitting 42 to 43. So, weapon-wise was fine. What are they doing with their scales? Did they forget to spin this around? What are these scales doing? They're making a broccoli go faster. What on earth? And we also put 24 frost on him. Oh, that's because we were stealing some of their heat, right? Not to mention Turbo Shelly's giving us 2 heat every 8.33 seconds currently. So these were actually firing occasionally to inflict some frost. Oh, very nice. We need some chilies. Oh, there's a hammer. Holy moly. And we got some bag space. Lots of bag space. We sell the piggy. We need the banana. We need the twine. We need the hero sword first. So we do that first to make a boomerang. Then when we buy the hammer, I think the hammer is going to live here as an activator and go faster, and then the other weapon goes here. We'll try and work out maybe there instead. Records. Greetings from Germany. How's it going, buddy? Hopefully you can understand. I do speak a bit fast. I struggle to manage my stamina with hammer builds. Let's learn from your experience. Oh no, nobody watch. We have no stamina regen. we probably won't do very well with stamina here at all when we get this. Especially for the first couple of swings. We would need to get the green scroll, right? What's it called? Nature scroll? Oh, it's there. Items use 4 stamina. We gain a mana to regenerate 1 stamina. We'd have to get some of these. Can we not just type in stamina? Yeah. We would need more stamina sacks. We'd probably also need a rabbit. You don't do anything to stamina, you just remove stamina. I think that's the... Oh, and we'd also need loads of potions as well, I guess, to regenerate more stamina. Level up would have been really good, because we gains 1 stamina every 5 seconds. But overall, the only way my brain can understand, like, maintaining stamina is getting a bunch of stamina sacks, if and when you can get them, so you have a bigger pool of mana. We also do obviously have the Bag of Giving, so we would need to put in as many items as possible in this bag. So every time they trigger, we gain 0.1 stamina. This being here would be insane, because these are basically going to give us 0.1 stamina every time they trigger, and they don't cost stamina after 5 swings. So eventually we'd probably have to put this here. We could even do that now, but I'm not going to, because we don't currently have a stamina problem. We've got a big boy blue gem now as well, so every 5 mana gained, we're gaining 5 armor. We may as well put these in these swords like this. We have a yellow gem. I think that goes in the armor. I don't really care about attacking faster right now. Although we probably should. So let's do that instead. This is good. We have extra bag slots available to us. We've got a hammer reserved. Vampirism doesn't work on range weapons, I'm pretty sure. So that's, yeah, it's only on melee. It says right there. So we don't need that. A cheese would also be nice. We send it. Okay. We have very high stamina usage, but we will for the first like 3 or 4 swings, and then after that we shouldn't have a problem with stamina. So the left one's now free, and you need 1 more hit. Yeah, so these 2 are now free. You've got a buckler, which is going to remove stamina, but this one weapon is not going to cost enough stamina. 0.7. And we've got crazy amounts of armor. Ooh, they also do have 2 of these helmets, which means a lot of the buffs that we're stealing are just being nullified at the bottom. Didn't have much poison, 23 cold, and we had enough heat to maintain a lot of cold, I guess? Not really sure how we're getting so much. Holy moly, a squirrel archer! Just what the doctor ordered. So, we don't need the scroll of ice, we don't need a rock, we don't need this singular blue gem, which would give us 4 gold. You would make it 7 gold, and then I guess we sell this gemstone to make it 8. We buy the hammer. This is where we need to redo bags, but we're not going to redo bags. We're just going to kind of fiddle around with what we've currently got. So my first thought process is we put one of these up here, and we put the Squirrel Archer here. You're a 3.2 activator. I'm not really fussed about where all the other bags are. You probably go there so you're touching 3 things, because it goes 15% faster for each pet or food. On hit, steals a random buff. 50% chance on hit to steal a random buff. And steals a random buff, 70% chance, 70% chance. So we are just stealing buffs like there's no tomorrow. We would need to put this here, I'm pretty certain. So now every time these 2 trigger, we are gaining stamina. What else can go in that bag? You can go in that bag. Carrot wants to be up there. The Squirrel Archer can go in that bag. We could, instead of doing that, we could move everything down 1. Oh, that's annoying. And then put you here instead. Or better yet, like this. So now in this bag we've got 3 things in it. Stone can come out. What else can go in this bag? A wand. So we could put a wand here. So now we've got 4 things activating in this bag that's going to give us more stamina, or more max stamina, 0.1 stamina to be precise. We can probably, you put armor, don't you? You gain armor. The potion, the hammer, stone can go in there, and so can this item, I think. Yeah, so can that. I don't know if the wand can go in there. No, it can't. Okay. So, this doesn't give us a lot of room at the bottom of the map. I don't care about generating chip gemstones, I'm not going to lie. Fanny Pack can probably go there instead, so this dagger is triggering triple fast. You go there, we've got a 3 slotter. You can just live there for a sec. I would want both of these armors like that. So these are giving an additional 16 armor at the start of the fight, 8 each. We'd put you in here, so you go faster, because that's the only thing it can hit currently. Oh, we're not put scales in yet. No! Oh, what do we do with scales? Jesus! This is why I hate scales. We could just do that. It doesn't do anything for us. Oh my god, I hate scales in this game. We also haven't got the hammer in yet. How have I not got the hammer in yet? Oh man, what do we do with scales? I hate scales so much. Why did I get this? Why did we go scales? The hammer firing faster is probably not good, because it's never going to fire. We're going to have stamina problems. I mean, it is eventually going to fire when all of these are free. I mean, this is free anyway, the Squirrel Archer, but these 3 weapons slowly become free. It would be way better to have the scales, I don't even know, just maybe like that instead? Whoops, not whoops, because that's exactly what was meant to happen, I guess. Oh, you can't go there either, can you? So you'd have to go like that. 32 to 12. Well, that's not going to work, is it? And we don't have any bag slots to put on that side anymore. Unless we take you out, we move you all across one. That's going to have to go in a 3 slot pointing down. You go there, you go there. Now we can move this across a bit. So now we can get a double slotter there. You can go there. How do we get the hammer in? The hammer's going to have to go like this. 8 gold. We're never going to make up the gold value. What are you? You're 8 gold. Really? Damn. This no longer hits Shelly either. And we want it to hit Shelly. You know what? I think it's better going sideways the way it was. Is it worth to give potion to Shelly? Oh, it absolutely is worth giving the potion to Shelly. How would we even do that? You would go sideways. Shelly would have to go like that. You would go like that on Shelly. 3 slot has to go there because of the hammer. You don't need to be in that corner. That would be better. But but also doing nothing on the scale side of things. I think Turbo Shelly going really quick is very important. Could we not do that instead? No, the hammer. We'll do that instead. So Shelly goes quicker. Again, 38 got. We're never going to be able to make that difference. The only way we can do something is if we put stuff at the bottom like this, I think. And just have it sacrificed. Again, this goober is impossible to do well with the scales because really it wants to go here or here. And it means that weapons are losing damage. How's it going, M-Lord? Unless we just don't care about the damage that the squirrel can get and the damage that this weapon can get, and we make them go sideways. Right? Like that, like that. And then we put the scales here. Shelly back over there. Potion wants to be Shelly's side, actually. This is probably a misplay, but we're just going to do this real fast. So Shelly and Squirrel go faster. Probably put a 3 slot there and a single slot there, actually. Carrot is worth a lot. Nope. Carrot could go there. We'd then have to take out Stone and put Stone there, I think, just to equal out the price. And then we can't get Hammer in. Interesting. This isn't gaining damage, neither is Squirrel Archer, but I think that's okay, if I'm being completely honest. We seem to be doing really well with just these 2 weapons ramping in damage. These are still going to do what they need to do. This is also not going to trigger every time the hammer triggers, so it's not that important that this is ramping damage. It would make way more sense, as I say, to put both of these overlapping so they're gaining damage, but I'm going to say this is good. We can take this bag out and put it here instead. That now gives us a 4 slot into a 3 slot in a single. Does that get the hammer in? It does not get the hammer in. Yes, it does if we do that. It means this doesn't hit Shelly, but it will hit the squirrel. And then the potion isn't hitting Shelly either. Oh no. You can go up, you can go across, you can go there. That frees us up a little bit of bag space for a wand. Oh man, this is difficult. We could also put Shelly over here instead. Again, we can't get the hammer in. I want the potion up here somewhere. You don't technically need to go really fast. You could still go at like 10 seconds. So we could move that across one. We can put the 4 slot here. You then just hit one thing. Potion goes there for Shelly. That goes in. As bad as this build looks right now, as bad as the bags look, this is how we're going to rock it. As crazy as this may look. So, 2 of our weapons aren't going to ramp. This is only hitting 1 start of battle effect. So it's only going to trigger 50% faster. So it's going to be like an 11-second cooldown, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, maths. But it will eventually trigger all the start of battle effects, because every 14 seconds repeats a random start of battle effect once per item. Triggers 50% faster for each start of battle item that it's touching. I'm pretty certain... Oh, wait. Does it only repeat start of battle effects that it's touching? That may be a misplay as well. So that's only going to repeat this. Oh, we just moved it up 1. Easiest decision of my life. Why did I not see that? Easy, done. It means this doesn't go in, but that's fine. We can't just move the carrot across. Nope. Because now it's too much gold value. Unless... Then you don't hit the potion, right? Oh, you do still hit the potion. 16 to 12. That works. Done. Nailed it. Now we've got an extra bag slot. Why do we need an extra bag slot? So we can put you here and then put stone back in there. Better or worse? I think that's better, right? We're now gaining chip gemstones. Shelly's touching the potion. Shelly's also triggering after 5 seconds for free. Merchant is on Shelly, which is the most important. Source one a carrot. It's not bad. This weapon is garbage, but it's not ramping in damage, so the fact that this goes quicker is fine. Squirrel Archer is also not ramping in damage, but it's 100% chance to steal a buff, so again, that going faster, absolutely fine. Not to mention they're both activators for the goob, so they're going to ramp the goob quicker, which is then going to pump damage into our daggerangs. We got some buffs from the Wand of Equilibrium, and we got a hammer to stun and give us loads of stamina problems, which is going to be nice. These 2 items start the battle with 80 armor and inflict 4 frost. Every 5 seconds we use a heat to generate 2 frost and gain 10 armor. The only thing we're getting heat from is Turbo Shelly, which is 2 heat every 11 seconds, but it will be triggering 30% faster, 45% faster. Oh no, it's going to be triggering 60% faster because it triggers 30% for each potion. Ooh, that is insane compared to normal Shelly. So yeah, the only heat we're gaining is from Turbo Shelly, but it is going to be triggering every, I'm going to say like 5.2 seconds, I think, something like that. And these trigger every 5, and they use 1 heat. So we're going to continuously gain 2 heat and then use the 2 heat. The 4 weapons that we have here in the middle are all stealing debuffs. We will run into stamina problems within a first second or 2, but after 5 swings, this is free, and this is free. And not to mention the Squirrel Archer doesn't cost any stamina. So then at that point in time, the only stamina thing we are using is the hammer, which is using 1.5 stamina a second. And we only regenerate 1 stamina a second. We currently start the game by using 3.8. So if anything now, we need items like Sir Sand and items that give us both, or me specifically, damage reduction at the start of the game. I would like a Corrupted Crystal and a helmet, because I think that'll be really beneficial, but this is sound. Let's send it. We're going to hold the cheese. I like a bit of cheese. Heat build. So they're going to ramp way faster than I'm going to ramp, and they're probably going to win, but we are going to be stealing heat. Immediately out of stamina. You haven't even hit and you're out of stamina. So we lose this because A, we have no stamina, and B, they have 94 heat. We barely even hit them. Is this where we just take out the hammer and don't use a hammer? I wonder. We've been winning every game. We put a hammer in, we get smashed. It was against a heat build though, so I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to take out the hammer for 1 turn and see how we get on. We don't need Excalibur, we sold that. We don't need a Shell Totem. because this is again consuming stamina, so we don't need that. We've got a bunch of gems. I think we just fill up armor slots. And we may as well have debuff removal. Probably on the crap weapon. And we sell the sand. This now allows us to buy cheese, which I think we are going to buy and put it right here. So this is now hitting 3 things. Got a 3-slotter, which we can put there. Single slotter, which we can put there. That's fine. And I think, honestly, we're going to leave this out for a turn because we are using 2.3 stamina every second. Because we've got a 3rd weapon in. We'll lock the bag of stamina, because again, we want more max stamina. Have we played that correctly? We've got 3 things in that bag that trigger, give us 0.1 max stamina. 2 of them are fast. Shelly's not good in that bag, but it is what it is. Let's send it. So immediately, yeah, we're just out of stamina in like a second. You're now, wow, you still need an attack to be free. You're now free. You're free. You're now free. So now we use no stamina. Which means all we do is steal all their buffs. And we gain a crazy amount of armor. We need more armor. We're not gaining enough armor. We lose to a cheese goober. Okay. We almost took him down. Is this where the scales are in the wrong place then? Because this, I mean, it's still hitting 28 to 29 compared to 51 to 52. If these were in the damage ramping area, we probably would be winning this because the extra health that they have right now, they wouldn't be having. Plus, we only had 259 max health. They had 708. Okay. I kind of wonder if we go back to being crazy and putting these over here instead. And then we make these all face inwards. I think these ramping in damage is way better, probably. I'm not going to lie. You in the corner is fine. Carrot goes there. Actually, we want that in the scales as well, though. So I'm going to say we put scales here. I don't think we need the hammer. I don't think that wins us fight, so I'm going to sell the hammer, as crazy as that is. We put Shelly here, you here. We need... Oh, a fanny pack's good there. That's basically perfect. Exactly what we need. We can put the stone potion here. So now we've got 16 gold on one side. That's going to be very hard to beat unless we put a lamp in. And a cheese. We don't gain spikes. We do. We gain 4. We steal spikes. So this could have a chance to ramp the Daggerang's weapon. 2 seconds. You no longer hit multiple foods. So Shelly's good to be hit. 16 to 19. You can go that side instead. Carrot can go there. You now touch 3 things. That's fine. We don't need the wizard hat. It's an absolute nightmare to get in. Plus, it would only mean we take 10% reduced magic damage, because that's the only place we're going to be able to put it. We get rid of that. We've been given another wooden sword. I don't think we care. 2 of these can go in here. 1 can go in there, so when it activates, we are gaining max stamina. That makes sense. We've got 4 items in there now. Base stamina would be okay, but instead we do that and merge them. We've got... I think we buy this for more max stamina. And I'm going to buy another Wand of Equilibrium. We should have bought the spikes. That's okay. And you're, again, hitting everything start of battle that you can. Okay, very high stamina usage, 2.3, but we do have 8 max stamina. You've got a lightsaber. We might lose this because we're not going to have enough luck. Unless we just steal everything. 7, 7, 7, 7. We need 1 more spike, 1 more luck. There's the lamp affecting this. 42 damage as opposed to 20. Is that better than the squirrel? No, it's not better than the squirrel. So the lamp triggered once, which gave this weapon 27 damage. The lamp uses... well, actually, let me start from the top. Every 1.14 seconds, because of the fanny pack it's in, it gains... Oh, this is a really good activator as well, I'm not going to lie. It gains 1 luck, 1 spike, and 1 mana, whatever we have the least of. Oh, so that is giving us spikes, lol. And then when we get 7 armor, 7 luck, 7 spikes, 7 mana, and 27 health, it uses all that, and we gain plus 27 damage once. And after that, it's just going to ramp luck, spikes, and mana. I didn't realize that was a one-time use, I'm not going to lie. I thought that continuously gave plus 27 damage every time we had 7, 7, 7, 7, 27. We also had 41 poison, we had not much heal, but we smashed him because we had loads of armor. We will do survival. Hells yeah, we'll do survival. Alright. We don't need this egg. Sold. We can keep the banana. Ooh, another potion though. So, carrot goes up 1, that goes there. This comes out and goes here. Nope, that doesn't work. We can move the scales down 1, right? Ooh, no we can't. Unless we... What do? You make scales go faster. Inflict 1 blind to myself and items trigger 10% faster. It's probably not great. It's probably not great. I want to basically get Shelly here, with this here, and then 2 potions underneath Shelly. Like that. Ooh, a potion is the same as a scale. So we could... Oh, this is so awkward. Like that. So it's gaining 90% attack speed. 14 to 8 gold. I guess you would have to go like here. Which doesn't really benefit us in any way, shape or form. That could be good. Seeing as this is gaining plus 27 damage. The scroll is going to make this armor trigger 10% faster, which isn't great. Because we don't have enough heat for that. And it is going to make the daggerang trigger 10% faster, which is fine. And we're going to eventually inflict, over 30 seconds, 10 blind to myself. We have a Turbo Shelly for debuff removal. We got a carrot for debuff removal. I'm pretty sure we should be fine with giving ourselves blind. We had a crown a second ago. We should have taken the crown. We've got a 4-slot bag as well, which could go here. Not right now, it can't. But we can put a 4-slot bag there, 4-slot bag there, and then put a 3-slot up the side. We'll reserve it for now. Don't think we need it this second. We've got another little blue gem. We'll put you here. All the gems are merging the way they can merge. We've got a banana and a single bag slot. I think we probably want to put that there instead now for debuff cleanse. And it will trigger 30% faster from 3.2 seconds. We want this in here and this in here. So this is going to go extremely fast. And then the blue gems are fine in armor, and the 20% chance to resist poison is fine in armor as well. But I think we're going to put that in a weapon as well. So, no, we don't do that. We have poison resist. I think that's fine. I think we keep the banana. Because eventually it probably can live like here or something. We'll figure that out, and I think we send it. Shelly, Charismatic Wand, Falcon Blade, Lightsaber, that's not going to be good for us. And you've also gained Kappa Discomfort, so we are going to steal some of their buffs, but as you can see, they're going to be nullifying a lot of them. Fatigue set in, we've got a bunch of armor. Didn't break our armor. We also had 36 cold on us, they had 6 on them. Why did we have so much cold? Because of you, I guess? Yeah. Carrot was every 5 seconds. Cheese was every 5 seconds because of the amount of cold we've got on us. Weapons were 1.12 again, and this weapon's obviously doing a lot more damage, 58 to 59. 3.58, 1.2, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Shelly is 8 seconds, yeah, and it's obviously got both the potions. The potions aren't stacked properly, but that's alright. God, I'm right coffee today. It's horrible. As in coughing, not coffee. You can now go there. Oh, this is why it's going so fast, because the Scroll of Dark Frenzy, which is banging. We put both of these here. We don't need this amulet, because everything we have is ranged. Vampirism does nothing for us. We don't have a collar either, so we can't even make it crit chance or anything like that. Ooh, we've gained a perfect amethyst. You are going to go there and tip the scales. Banging. So Cheese wants to come out. You probably want to come out as well. Maybe there's okay. And then I guess we just put you here. Oh, that still doesn't tip the scales. You're joking me. That can go either side. It doesn't actually matter. Oh my god, that's so expensive. It's 16 gold, isn't it? You can probably go there so you're faster on Shelly as well. Shelly and Scales. So we're going to be ramping mana and rejuvenation, and this is now even faster and going to ramp faster. Yeah, that's probably the play. 22 to 24, we don't need this. It does give us 20 max health. Not the worst thing in the world. And then we can probably put you here and put a banana in. Still not going to tip the scales. Lovely. Another blue gemstone. We put you in the armor. We take the poison out of the armor and we put that in the weapon. And we've got a bit more debuff cleanse. We don't need this, but this gives us time to ramp. Do we need that with a sand? I don't think we do. I think we sell it for 2 and we send. Yeah, we send. Everything's looking pretty good here. They've got a lamp on a Daggerang. They've also got double lamp on the Daggerang. Holy, that's damage scaling. You've got a rope on the turtle. Uh-oh. You just gain loads of buffs. You're also ramping heat. There's a certain point in heat where we're not going to be able to keep up. I think we've gone past that point. Yep. That was a well-played rope with the turtle. That's really clever. I need rope for turtles whenever we go turtles in future. They also had a Turbo Shelly activating 3.33 seconds because of the amount of heat they've got. Ours was 4.17. Not bad, not bad. Scales are 1.32. 1.32, 1.6, 1.75. Yeah, not the worst, not the worst. Good build though. Rope on a turtle is insanely strong. I didn't think of that, especially in a heat build. 65 to 66. Our weapons did not ramp very hard, because I guess they were stealing some of our buffs. Oh yeah, they're removing luck from us. So we never went 777 for this, so we never actually gained the lamp damage. Alright. Katana would go pretty hard right now. We ain't using it. Bag space, we don't need it. Sir Sand again, an attempt, we don't need it. Attacks 3% faster on hit compared to 20% faster. It would have to attack like, what, 6, 7, 8 times? Items use 10% less stamina in the backpack. Doesn't matter because eventually everything's free. So this is probably going to go in this weapon like that. You can go back in armor for poison. We have a fire, we may as well put it in. And the yellow gemstone, you can just go there, that's fine. Singular bag slot, that fills up our bags. We could get another potion, which will make Shelly go even quicker. I think that's what we do. I think that goes there. Pink gemstone can go there now. We got 4 gold. Let's roll once or twice. That's the acorn we wanted, or is it? Item steal 3% life for each look. Oh, that's going to be so hard to put in. I don't think we care about that, to be completely honest. Yeah, we don't reserve that. I think we just roll once more and send it. Another potion. Is a health potion better than a stone skin potion? Convert 15 health to 30 armor. No, I don't think it is because we have stoned. So I think we send it as we are like now. Okay. Ooh, lots of thorns. Holy. Lots of shells for some reason. And you're using hardwood. Oh, I want this. You've also got 2 bags of stones. Ooh, 2 bags of stones of hardwood goes hard. Look at all the stars that hardwood's using. Not a chance. Not a chance. Double this is crazy. You're using, like, 2.1 stamina. Not to mention you've got 3 wooden swords. What are you doing? You're using, like, 4.5 stamina a second. What is this build? It was looking so promising when I saw stoned, 2 bags of stones and hardwood hitting as many stars as possible. Crazy build. Alright, easy win. Don't know how you are in high diamond. If it does snapshot people of our level. We gained more of this, so more mana means more armor. We don't need this. We don't need Lucky Piggy. Although on the daggerangs it could be nice, like there it could be good, but I don't think we need it. We gained a dagger, don't need it. We gained a frostbook, don't need it. We got a little pink gem, that can probably go in there. Don't need any of this. We're going to roll our 12 gold to see if we get anything fancy, but I don't think we're going to get anything now. We can get a lamp for Vampiric Gloves. Vampirism does nothing for us, don't care. Nope, don't care. Cheese! Ooh, cheese over a banana. Now it tips the scales, so we take you out? How does that not tip the scales? Oh, it's because the other side is tipped. Uh-oh, so you can just live there instead, and then we sell the banana. Better yet, like that, so it's actually gaining an extra bit of gold. We got another lamp, can't afford it, 3 gold left, we roll once, nothing on there, let's send it. Okay. Pandemonium! With a bow and Dark Scalibur and a Death Scythe. And you've also got Doom Cap, so we're going to heal for nothing. Yep, 170 poison, are you being serious? Crazy, we had 100 poison at like 6.5 seconds, 7 seconds in. 170 poison in 10 seconds. Damn, that is heavy poison. Oh, I can see how this would actually work really well. Especially with the Mercury Element. I've never been able to make this dude work. You'd just have to go all in on poison, wouldn't you? Crazy. Fanet, you do, absolutely, but we're in our last round. That was the final game, so I wasn't fussed about saving gold this time around. Survived! That's giving us +8 ranking, we're back up to 60, we're still 20 off where we were at one point, we're in the 80s somewhere. But yeah, that's fine. Yeah, on the last few rounds, I'm not really too fussed on like the last 2 rounds about like maintaining our gold value. So bag of gold, shop entered, spend all your gold to generate random items. Let's continue this winning streak. What has happened here? Why is my game froze? No, we're in. What on earth just happened there? I don't know. Let's continue on. Occasionally with this game, I don't know why, I have a little hiccup with the PC. It's very strange. Let's grab a whetstone, it's on offer. We'll go Hero Sword as well. We'll grab another garlic, it's on sale. We'll grab a twine, it's on sale. I think we probably grab a banana here, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, we move you down, we move you down, we move you down, we grab a banana and put you here. Okay. And I think we save the 2 gold. So, excuse me. Wooden sword turning into a hero sword with a whetstone. We've got the twine hitting 3 things, so we have an 80% chance every time the sword activates to gain 2 max health. Broccoli is going to give us 2 luck every 6 seconds. When we have 5, we're going to get 2 rejuvenation. Garlics are doing what they're doing. Every 4 seconds we gain 3 armor, and we have a 30% chance to remove vampirism off the opponent. And the banana is going to heal us for 4, regenerate 1 stamina every 5 seconds. Let's send it, have some coffee. I'm going to say we win this. Because a wooden sword, a forging hammer, and an infinite rock doesn't really beat us, but it's looking like they're going to win. Uh-oh. The banana saved us there. We'll take it. That's fair enough. We do have a chessboard really early on. I did say earlier, if we got a chessboard really on, we'd play chess. But I think that's going to get me killed, so I'm actually going to sell that. I'm going to backtrack on what I said earlier. We have no mana, so this is basically pointless. We want the health potion for when we get a shell to make Shelly. And we got some gemstones. We may as well make the sword attack faster. We are only using 0.5 stamina per second. So that's basically free. We'll keep the fire. I like the debuff cleanse. I'm not fussed about the blue gem at this early on. I'm not fussed about this either, really, because we don't have any mana gem. So I think we sell this for 2 and buy bag space. Everything is fine. Everything is doing what it needs to be doing. We could also turn the sword into a burning sword. If we find 2 more whetstones, we can then turn a burning sword into a burning longsword, which could be really good. Some of the names of these items I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go along. We send this, that's fine. Singular whetstone on a broom and a sword. You've also got a bag of stones and a... Why does everyone go stones nowadays? And you've got a bow. Your damage should be terrible and you should run into stamina problems, so we should win this. Only if the banana really does what it needs to do. I think we lose because they have rejuvenation and we don't have any rejuvenation yet. Yep. I think it's fine to lose one of the first couple of rounds. We've also gained another chessboard. The game really wants me to play chess. We're not doing that. We also have a glove, which could turn into Falcon Blade, which could be really nice. We've also gained a 4-bag slot. Another fire, so I think we're going to go Burning Sword instead. I think of these 3 items, we'd probably go Fortuna's Kiss. No Rush Please is nice. Start of battle, both players take minus 35% damage for 10 seconds, and we inflict 4 frost. But we don't really ramp that hard right now, so this is kind of beneficial to both players, so I don't want this. As good as it is, because both players take minus 35% damage, unless we are ramping really hard, this is actually kind of a downside to us. Knife to meet you, daggers attack 40% faster. We do have a dagger. After 12 seconds, all our weapons deal 50% more damage, and in the stars, daggers trigger 40% faster. Don't want to go dagger build, so we're going to sell the dagger. Gloves, I kind of want to sell the gloves now as well, I'm not going to lie. I think we sell them for 2, and we either go Fortuna's Kiss, which is chance-based effects of the star item are 30% more likely to trigger. The only thing we have right now on this is the garlic and the twine. You can hold left out and it shows you which stars affects it. And I kind of want to keep this in case we get blueberries, so I think we go un-ID'd. That has given us uniquely unique, which is kind of really good. We can put that on the sword, so the sword goes even faster. We could now buy a forging hammer, which is a unique, and it's not classed as a treasure item. Wait, yeah, it is a unique. So that would actually work in our favour. So we could buy this and put this here, which I think we are going to do. We do see a whetstone though. Ew. We need the whetstone for the sword. Yeah, we buy this, we put this here. Oh, uniquely unique could switch around as well. Right? We can put that there, that there. Sword can come here instead. Now you're touching the 1 unique we have, but we have 2 uniques in the Box of Prosperity, which if it has at least 2 godly or unique items, we start generating chip gemstones. We do also get chip gemstones because of obviously the Bag of Giving, but that's fine. We can probably put the banana here, so this is still hitting 2 things. We can put the chip gemstone there, so you're hitting 3 things. And this still does nothing because we have no mana. You can go there. Well, we don't even need it in the bag, to be completely honest. We do that instead. That still hits. It doesn't. Never mind. I think that's okay. Yeah, because we want this to turn to a... you know what? We could do that instead, actually. So you hit 3 things. That makes more sense. Book, we can just leave the book in there, I guess. It doesn't do anything right now, but it's fine. We've got the whetstone ready. We need 1 more whetstone. So we probably want to be selling some things to roll for a whetstone, because early on, the shop has a higher chance to give us common items. Banana, broom, torch, and a spike shield. We're probably going to die because the spike shield is going to kill me. Not to mention we have 2 melee weapons. So this is basically dealing more damage to myself than them because of the spike shield. And it's got a 60% chance to prevent. So this is obviously giving it a 30% chance to block. So 60% chance to block on 2 very... Well, this is a fast melee weapon. Not so fast. but we basically killed ourselves. Okay. 2% chance to resist debuffs for each luck. Start of battle, we gain 2 heat and 2 luck for each mana item, and it deals plus 0.5 damage per heat. It's a big weapon. We also don't really have any heat right now. This could be really good for us. I'm not gonna lie. We are about to make a heat longsword, which is going to forever generate heat. I think we probably buy this. It's on sale as well. It is a unique, which means it can probably go... we don't need a hedgehog. Deals 10 magic damage plus 0.5 for each spike. When health drops below 70, we gain 2 spikes and 25 armor once. I don't think we need you. We sell you for 3. We've been given a Flawless Ruby, 20% lifesteal, healing is increased by 25%, or after 5 seconds we deal 15 damage with 150% lifesteal. That's not bad in the bag. Because after 5 seconds we're not going to be on full health. We've also got a Shally. Oh no, we need everything. And bag space. Holy moly. Okay, we don't have any mana, you can get sold for 2. That buys us this weapon, we are going to buy that. I think this is going to live here. So it's on Uniquely Unique and it's a unique, which means this is now attacking 40% faster. Uniquely Unique, star item triggers 20% faster and 10% for each unique item, or, well, the unique item plus customer card and platinum customer cards, because they're classed as whatever. They just give 10% attack speed with this item. Chance to find treasure items is increased by 50%. This is a treasure item, and we can obtain plus 2 treasure items. This is a unique, but it's not a treasure item, so we can still gain an additional 2 treasure items, I believe, because I think without an item that gives you more treasure items, you can only get 1 treasure item, I think. I could be wrong with that, I don't actually know. You probably want to be touching both weapons, so you're going to live there. You can now go in the dragon. You can also go in the dragon. Although you're probably better there. Because this then has a higher attack speed, which has a higher chance to gain more heat. And this wants more heat. Because it gains 0.5 damage per heat. We can put this over here. And I want to get the whetstone right here. But I also want the shell. So I think we sell a garlic. We sell this gemstone. We buy this and make Shally first and foremost. And then we get the whetstone and then bag of, or bag. You can probably go there instead now as well. I'll come down. You go here. So you're hitting 2 things. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. You're giving both weapons plus 1 damage for every 7 heat we gain. And we don't consume heat, it's just the more heat we have, the more damage this deals. All foods touching 2, so they've all got a 20% faster attack speed. We still have 2 uniques in the bag, which means we're generating chip gemstones. Are you hitting everything you can? Yeah, you're hitting everything you can. Yeah, okay, perfect. Let's send this. Have some coffee. Good lord, a hammer and 3 daggers already. We only just won that. We almost had a stamina issue. There's Shally. Bang you there. This is 0.9 stamina. Good lord. And this turns into this, which is 0.6 stamina. So we are going to have stamina problems. We've been given a hero longsword. This is the second time today we've been given this for free. This would be nice. We don't have to turn that into... Oh, wait. Wait, what? You turn into a burning blade. But you also turn into a burning blade. Oh, no, we should have kept the flames. Why have you done this to me, game? So, I guess... I don't know if we keep this now. Getting an additional whetstone is probably harder than getting 2 flames. So we either sell the burning sword Or we sell the hero longsword. I don't know which item to sell now. That's insane. I didn't realize you could turn that into a burning sword. I'm not going to lie. Burning blade, sorry. A second whetstone. We have a 45% chance to gain another common item. We could probably sell this and roll for a whetstone, or we can sell this. It sells for less. Oh, I don't know what to do. However we do this, I already know that if we sell this, we're going to see nothing but flames in the shop, and if we sell this, we're going to see nothing but whetstones in the shop. Because that's just how this game functions, isn't it? Let's be honest. We don't need this gem, although a bit of poison. No, we sell that. Oh, I don't know what to do. Weapons gain plus 3 damage, or 60% chance to gain a heat. You gain more damage of heat, but you're probably not going to generate 6 heat to gain the plus 3 damage that this just starts with. It costs 1 stamina, 0.6. You are also the same, 0.6. You're both the same, but you do more damage. So I think we probably do that instead. Twine can go there, you can go there. Gem can go there, so it hits 2 things. And I think you also hit Shelly, right? You do hit Shelly. Banana goes there. And then that goes there, I guess. Not very well set up here. The food isn't all touching. But in order to have this give us more max health, I think that's probably better. The faster attack speed, I think we leave this bag in our backpack. The gem in the backpack, sorry. So we have a base stamina regen of plus 12%. Because we are going to run into stamina problems, as we've seen. I don't want to sell either of these weapons, because I know for a fact as soon as we do, we're going to see the opposite of what we need in the shop. So I think this turn, we're just going to send it. And we're going to keep both the weapons, and then next turn we can make that decision based on what we get. Mana Mastery, Mana Orb, Spear, and a Broom. You should just be dead. Yeah, amazing. We're getting carried by this dragon. There's 2 fires. Look at that. Insane. We no longer need the whetstone. So you can go here. You can go... maybe here? No, we'll put you here. That's the Burning Blade made. So we can now sell this weapon because we don't need it anymore. We no longer need the whetstone because that was for the dagger. Or whatever that item was. The Burning Sword into the Burning Blade. Nothing is currently healing us except Shelly. We also have a banana, so you can probably go here, here, and then, like that. So both the heals are in the healing bag. The bag we got, Puzzle Bag of Love. Items inside heal 20% more. Perfect, ideal, and then we've obviously got the food all touching kind of each other. We could probably do that better, actually. We can probably do that instead, right? Put you there, put Shelly here. You there, so all food touches 2. Better yet, we can bring that up, and we can bring that up. You can probably just go there for a second. Although... you there would be better. We don't have mana regen right now, but we will if we put this gem in maybe the sword. 1.6, yes. And then you can go here. So... sorry, I had to cough again. So this scroll, when items use 4 stamina, we use 1 mana to regenerate 1 stamina. That should make our stamina problem obsolete. We can put you 2 gems up here, that's fine. And then this doesn't really go anywhere. Not really, anyway. I guess like that on Shelly. So whenever the scroll procs, which is when these 2 items use 4 stamina, which is every 4.4 seconds at minimum, because this is using 2 stamina every 2.2 seconds. Yeah, so about 4.4 seconds, this will use 1 mana to regenerate 1 stamina, assuming that the regular Sapphire, on hit 40% chance to ignore armor, gain a mana, and inflict 1 frost, has triggered and given us mana. Would like the bag space. We don't need it right now, but we are going to need it, so I'm going to buy that. We are coming up to our class items soon. I would like the helmet because this turns into the cap of discomfort, and I think this is one of the most overpowered items in the game, just because opponent gains buff, 15% chance to nullify it, which is crazy. We also do gain reduced damage taken by 25% for 5 seconds, and the opponent healing is reduced by 30%, as opposed to 25% reduction in damage for 3 seconds, critical hit and stuns, 15% chance to resist. But I would like this cap. This is okay. I don't think we need a wonky snowman. We send it. Everything's looking good. Everything's merging together. They've got level up, so they're going to ramp. They've also got an Emerald Whelp, which is inflicting 3 poison. We only have 2 debuffs cleanse. We just won. Okay, this is nuts. What a crazy unique to get. Okay, we've now got the Burning Blade, so on hit, we gain a heat. When it gains 6 heat, this and the star weapons, which is both the other weapons we're using, gains 1 damage. Not to mention, this is dealing plus 0.5 damage per heat. We've also been given an elephant rune, which is kind of nice. I think this is probably better in the backpack for 50 max health. I do like that in the backpack. We've been given another chessboard, 3rd chessboard in 7 rounds. We're selling it, don't care. And now I think we can probably put you... No, we can't because they're uniquely unique. It's going to have to live there. I was tempted to put the goober in here somewhere. For a bit of a heal. We're getting another fire. That's for Turbo Shelly, so we'll leave that here for now. We're getting another yellow gemstone. That can go anywhere. We've also gained a flute. Every 4.7 seconds, we randomly gain 4 armor, or 2 stamina, or 2 luck. Triggers 10% faster. This would actually go really well in this bag, because we are going to have stamina problems. How are we looking? You could hit 5 things up there somewhere. You could hit 4 things over here, which is kind of okay. You can hit 4 things, 5 things. We just have to take out the banana, which I don't want to do. We also have a fanny pack available for us. I think the fanny pack going there makes the most sense. Well, it would. We can still do that. We just have to remove this bag for a second. Dragon goes back in. Like so. Blue is going to go there, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Let's bring you out. Let's bring this down there. Let's put you here. Gonna have to go there. That's unfortunate. So I'm gonna hit 3 things. It's 4 things this direction. That's probably better. We've lost the hammer. We need the hammer there. You hit 3 things. We can make you hit more things. That's not a problem. You don't need to be in a fanny pack. That doesn't need to be in a fanny pack either. This can go here instead. Shelly can go at the bottom. Banana can go here. Broccoli here. You here. You're now hitting 5 things. We can put the goob in anywhere. It doesn't matter. Like that. 2.5, 2.2. That's faster than all the food, so that's fine going there. You're now hitting 6 things. And I think that's okay. And then we put that there for stamina based regen. We've got another treasure item, which is after 12 seconds, use all your buffs, and your opponent takes plus 4% damage for each buff used, and it deals 30 damage. This doesn't work with our current build because we don't gain enough buffs, so that is what it is. Yeah, that is what it is. We don't need it. We could lamp this thing, but I don't think it has accuracy. I don't know how accuracy works on some of these weapons. I know some weapons just don't have accuracy. Well, they do, but they just stay at 100% accuracy, like the magic torch. Is a magic torch? Torch? This thing? Magic torch? Yeah, 200% accuracy. I don't know if you can reduce the accuracy down from 100%. Maybe it just has 200%, and if you were to reduce it with loads of blind, it would then drop below 100%. But some of like the magic items, if you will, I mean, it's not even a magic weapon, it's a mana, fire, and melee weapon. But some of them have so much accuracy you can't reduce it. And some items just, yeah, I don't know. This only scales a little bit as well. Every 3.4 seconds, the star weapon gains +1 damage and 5% accuracy. I don't think we need it. We could get the customer card. That would be beneficial for uniquely unique, which would make... Oh, we put that in the wrong place. No, that is good on the weapon because then this is ramping damage as a big hitter. This wants to be as fast as possible because it's gaining a heat every time it hits. And we currently have 2 uniques, right? Yeah, 2 uniques, including this one. Well, not including this one, but it is itself, so that's fine. 1 gold left. I think we keep these 2 reserved. We don't need the axe. We would like to replace this weapon at some point because I don't like it. I think the forging hammer is really bad. It's a 2 to 5 damage, 0 stamina cost weapon, 3.5 second cooldown, deals additional +1 damage per empower. So technically Empower gives it +2 damage, because Empower already gives it +1 damage. I'm pretty sure that's how that tooltip reads. But if they have spike shields, this kills me. So I don't actually like the Forging Hammer. We'll send this. We're looking pretty good. We should not have any stamina problems now at all, assuming that the... Yeah, it gave us +2 straight off the bat. 2 luck, which means the broccoli scales better. Rejuvenation. 2 more stamina, which again is perfect for us. 14 armor, which helps us out. 2 more luck, and now this is just going to ramp rejuvenation if we'd lasted that long. Sir Sand. Start a battle, both players take -25% damage for 7 seconds. Inflicts 3 blind to both players. Fortunately, we've got a bit of debuff cleanse, so we don't have any blind. And the -25% damage allowed us to ramp more than they did. So this kind of got them killed. They also have no rush please. So again, start of battle, both players take -35% damage for 4 seconds, inflict 4 frost. We also removed all our frost because we have Shelly cleansing 6 debuffs every 9.09 seconds currently, with 16 heat. So this item and Sir Sand got them killed in my opinion. But then also, they've only got 1 magic wand. So, with a bit of magic damage. Yeah, not sure. Subclass unlocked. We also have a snow stick. We don't need the snow stick. This is on hit, inflict 3 frost and 2 frost to yourself. We don't have enough Shellys to remove all of this, so I don't think we want it. Bag space is always nice. We'll hold on to the bag space. We don't need a poison potion. And Armored Wisdom Puppy. Every 4 seconds gain 14 armor. And Cleanser Frost increases armor by 1 every time it procs every 4 seconds. I think this is only good if you've got 6 other pets. So it just ramps and ramps and ramps. So we're going to sell that. We're going to put more lifesteal in the Dancing Dragon. A bit of poison. Might as well. We got 10 gold. 12 gold. We need 10. I think we're going to go ukulele this game. We never go ukulele. I think we're going to go ukulele. Then we're going to put you right here. You're also a unique. We got Gingerbread Man. That's insane. We got that as well for the cap. That's also insane. We're just going to reserve the whole shop. That's fantastic. So, how are we looking here? Okay. This needs to move down 1. I think we messed some of our bags up, you know. This isn't looking great, but that's what we're going to go with. Okay. So every 6 seconds, it is going to trigger faster. 90% faster currently. This is going to either heal us for 30, gain 5 random buffs, or inflict 4 cold. It's in the healing bag as well. What is in the fanny pack? Oh, yeah. So this is going 100% faster right now because it's also got 10% from a fanny pack. And this is also in a fanny pack. Heals 20% more because of the Puzzle Bag of Love. 12 seconds, cleanse 6 debuffs and heal for 40. I think this is looking pretty tasty. We're going to send it. We're going to keep everything reserved. Crazy. A heat build. They've got Turbo Shelly. They've also got Friendly Fire. So if they hit 60 heat, we take 100 damage. I don't think they're going to get there though. They've just clutch healed with Shelly. We're about to clutch heal with Shelly. That's put us back up top and we've won. Okay. Right. We don't need this doggo. Randomly gain 1 luck, 1 rejuvenation, or 1 empower. I don't think we care, although we can turn it into this bad boy, which is every 2.8 seconds, and it triggers faster for pets and food. Would be nice to get a luck, a rejuvenation, or an empower, but we need mana, heat, and luck. This also gives us empower if we're above 70% health, otherwise we gain 8 heal. Don't think we care. It's also a stamina usage, so we don't care about that. Sell the rock. We've been given a bigger poison gemstone. They both sell for 1, so we sell the crap one. We don't need another one of these scrolls, because I think our stamina is going to be fine. At some point we probably will, I don't know, do something about the stamina. That sells for 3, so we sell that. This now allows us to buy the gingerbread man. So you want to go here and touch as much food as possible. It's a shame we don't have more bag space yet. We can't really move the bags around. Well, we can. So this sells for 4. I think we're going to sell the doggo, buy bag space, and get this in here. So you touch 3 foods, so you go much faster. We're not consuming heat other than the gingerbread man. We're not consuming luck other than the gingerbread man. And the only other thing that's consuming mana is this scroll. And the only way we're getting mana is a 40% chance every 1.6 seconds. So we definitely need blueberries. I would like all these 3 items though, so I guess we're just going to send it. Ooh, could we do something better here and put this up here instead? Maybe spin you around, bring you here. Switch you around with that, with that, with that. So you're still hitting all the star items. You're hitting more star items. And then we put Goob here. Better yet. Ooh, that's a shame. I would like the Goob there on that instead. Yeah, that's better. You're still hitting 9 things. You're now hitting 6 things. Yeah, 6 things. So you go 60% faster, you go 100% faster because you're in a fanny pack. You're also hitting a random flute. We ideally would like another flute here as well. And then we'd have to reorganize a little bit of bag slots, but that's fine. Gingerbread man's only hitting 2 food now, which isn't great. Yeah. That's fine, because we've got the heal bag down here. So what do? Start a battle, we gain 40 max health, and every 3 seconds we use a luck, a heat, and a mana to gain 1 empower, 3 rejuvenation, and 20 max health. The empower that we're gaining off this is going to scale our forging hammer, which is quite nice. And then getting lots of max rejuvenation is obviously nice because it's a heal. Send it. Okay. I haven't really been paying attention to the ukulele too much either. 43 heal, that's not the worst. We do have a 20% heal amplification. You're healing for 5. 7. This gem will be way better in armor. We'll take the win though. Interesting items. We do not care about the sword, so we sell that, we sell that. We don't care about the emerald egg. Although, I think you just give us... Yeah, start a battle, gain 3 luck. On hit, we inflict 3 poison. Not really too fussed about that, so we're going to sell it. That's going to get us false life, which we absolutely want to buy. Nothing can be touched because we don't have any dark items, so you're just going to live down here. Items give plus 20% maximum health. Ideal, because you're giving us max health. And overheal, gain the overheal as maximum health. Shelly and this ukulele, when it procs the heal, they're both going to be overhealing, which means we're going to gain loads of max health. And when we gain max health, we gain 20... Oh, actually, items give 20% maximum health. I guess that means just when it states gain 40 maximum health, we're going to gain 20% more. It's not going to mean our overheal gives us 20% more max health, I don't think. This is awkward because this items activate, we have a 35% chance to gain a luck and 1 rejuvenation, and items gain in the star critical hit chance. For each luck and rejuvenation they gain 1% critical hit chance. So this ideally wants to live here. Yep, which means you come down and you go here. That's now hitting 7 things. You're still hitting 9 things, right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, you're hitting 10 now, right? 4, 5. Yeah, 5 and 5. You're hitting 10 things. So you go 110% faster. This is hitting both the weapons, which is nice, but it has lost 3 stars because of the weapons. This also doesn't activate very often. You activate every 2.5 seconds, and you activate every, I don't know, 3.5 seconds, I guess. Fine. We can make Shelly go even faster by purchasing this now, which I think we absolutely do, and we just dump it down here somewhere. And then I think next turn we want these 2 items. We also want cheese now as well. We could also sell this and grab a garlic, which would mess up some of our current situation. I think we do that. We sell that, we buy garlic. There we go. Gingerbread Man wants to move across 1, so you go there instead. Broccoli's going to live... Oh, it doesn't work, does it? We can take that out and put you here. Yeah, that's fine. Broccoli can go there, and you can go here. So broccoli hits 3, you hit 2, you hit 2, but you hit 3. And then we can put you back in, and we can put you back in. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, better yet. We do that. So you hit 2 things, so every time the ukulele fires, it's got a 60% chance to gain +2 maximum health. Fires in, because it's in. 50 max health is also in. Again, this is giving us 20% more max health, so that's 20% more on 50. We want the cheese, because this is giving us max health. And we want the cap and the corrupted crystal to turn that into the cap of discomfort. Yeah. Is that better? Oh, you can't trigger off that. Never mind. That's fine. Let's send it. You're hitting everything you need to hit, right? Ooh, you can hit false life. Didn't see that. So false life is going to switch out with the customer card? No, because that's a thing as well. We can... No, we can't stand you up. I was going to stand you up and put you like this, but that doesn't work either. It does work, actually. We can stand that up. We can put banana here, and then both the broccoli and the garlic. So again, this is hitting 3. That's the most important thing. You hitting 2, you hitting 2, and you hitting 1 doesn't matter that much, but this hitting 3 is very important. And then we can put false life there, right? Yeah, so it's in the uniquely unique. So this is now triggering 80% faster. Make that 90% because it's also in a fanny pack. Yeah, okay. You only hit 1 thing behind you now, but it's not the worst. Yeah, it's not the worst. Okay, let's send this. This is looking good. Lots of mana, lots of frost, lots of max health. We'll see how we go. What's Shelly currently activating it? 5.88 seconds. That's not as good as I was hoping, you know. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping this to be like a 2-second cooldown. We still smashed him. We had 600 and something max health. And that was how many seconds? Oh, 16 seconds. We need more max health gain. Okay. This is interesting now. We're going to have to move you sideways, which means you lose some of your benefit. You're going to go like that. Broccoli's going to come down. We put fire there, we put fire there. We're now making Turbo Shelly, which is crazy. That gives us 2 heat every 11 seconds, as opposed to every 12 seconds. It doesn't give us any heat. And we still cleanses 6 debuffs. It still heals for 40, which is the same. Potions trigger normal Shelly 15% faster, but this triggers 30% faster for each potion. So we would like to see some potions at some point now. You can come out and just go up there. We have a mirror. You only want to hit Shelly, and you can hit Shelly from there. Cold Mirror, 20% chance to reflect debuffs, plus 2% for each light item. After 6 seconds, we gain 30% of our buffs, up to 20 buffs. Very, very nice. Very nice. We can't get the garlic in anymore, but when these two fires disappear, we can get the garlic back in. We've also been given a much bigger emerald. So we have an 80% chance to inflict 2 poison now. We'll put that on the weapon, and then you can just live in that weapon, I guess, because we still have no armor to put any sockets in. This is also pretty good. Every 2.5 seconds we gain a random buff, and we cleanse 1 debuff. The shop entered consume all star items and create different items based on the combined value. We just lock this. We just lock it, and then it doesn't combine any items, but every 2.5 seconds it gives us a random buff, and we cleanse 1 buff, or debuff. And it's also a unique, so excuse me, or a unique treasure item. So it would be able to go in this bag right there, and it'll mean that Shelly goes 10% faster on top of what it's already going. Bag space is also nice. Once again, we've locked the entire shop. Let's send it. Lots of bananas. Big shield. They're probably going to heal quite a lot during Battle Rage, although they don't have any items that extend Battle Rage. They're also going to nullify a bunch of our buffs. Not as many as I was expecting to see nullified. They've not nullified anything for a while, actually. They didn't nullify a single buff by the looks of that. Maybe at the start they might have nullified a few buffs, but otherwise they didn't do anything. Normally when people have this, I feel like 80% of your buffs get nullified. We also had the cold mirror reflecting debuffs, so they weren't actually putting any debuffs on us. So that didn't do anything. But if they were putting debuffs on us, we would have been reflecting them. And they came pretty close to beating us there, I'm not going to lie. That was a close game towards the end. Turbo Shelly is made. Turbo Shelly can flip back round. Banana can flip back round. You can probably go back up actually like that, like that, like that, and a garlic like that. So you're now hitting 3 foods again. We've gained a buff bag. That is disgusting because it means we have to reorganize bags and go crazy for bags. You are still only hitting 1 mana item, which is very unfortunate. We could probably put you there and the mirror here. So we start with 4 heat and 4 luck. It's not the best, but it's a bit better than this just being down here and having a 2% chance to reflect debuffs. We already have a 20%, 2% is not that big. Debuff cleanse, doesn't matter where you go, doesn't matter where this max health goes. We don't need a squirrel. Every 4 seconds steals a random buff, triggers 15% faster for each pet or food. If we had a bow and turned that into a squirrel archer, be a different story. Be a completely different story. I do like squirrel archers. So we sell him, that's fine. This buffer is going to be an absolute pain to get in the bags. So we'll work with that in a second. And we also want the Draconic Orb. When we reach 15 heat, the next 3 hits are critical, and every 3.8 seconds we remove 1 spike from the opponent and gain 1 heat per removed spike. You can just live there, doesn't matter. We probably want to buy the bag slot here to make this bag fit in a little bit easier. Where on earth do we want to put you? You gain 5 random buffs. You're gaining in power and rejuvenation, which is kinda nutty. But we're not going to be able to get you in at the bottom of the bag because this doesn't really fit very well unless we spin it around or something, do something crazy. We could just put it there actually. You're also in a heal bag. You don't heal. And the banana is in the heal bag. That's fine. Yeah, the 2 items that are healing us, or the 3 items that are healing us, they are all in the healing bag. So that's fine. You're just overlapping. It doesn't matter. Okay. You're gaining luck and rejuvenation as a 35% chance when these all activate, so that's kind of important to duplicate. You're making heat, so again, that's kind of important to duplicate. And you start by giving us heat and luck, which again, kind of important to duplicate. This should probably live, there. Oh, this is going to be such a pain to get in. Let's try. We put that there. We have no 3 slots. I think I see how we do this. No, I don't see how we do this. We do have another single slot somewhere, right? This might be where we reorganize bags. Maybe we don't have another single slot. I could have swore we did. No, it doesn't look like we do. Not to mention, we're not even generating chip gemstones because we don't have 2 uniques in this bag, where we absolutely should. Oh, I really don't like doing this, like getting a random bag. Like that could work? Right? And then we put a 4 slotter here, that like there. So you go here, you go here. We lose the goo placement, which means both of these lose a star, which isn't the worst thing in the world. We gained a 4 slotter here. So you can live there, Goob can live there. We've gained a garlic that we can't really get in anywhere. Unless we bring you down 1, actually. Why is false life there? It doesn't need to be. It just needs to be in the green tiles. That's it. Which means you would have to go like that. Garlic goes like that. False life lives there again. We don't have anywhere to put this goober. I'm going to sell it. I mean, we do. We can just dump it there and it'll randomly heal us for 4 every now and then. It's not the worst thing in the world. Big boy poison goes back in that weapon. I don't know why it come out of that weapon, to be honest. And then we got some stamina regen, which again we put in the backpack. You're back to hitting 9 things. You're hitting 5 things. Not the best, again, because we're missing this singular. Where did we put the singular? There. Okay, so we definitely need another single bag slot to put here. But we had to put that there to get the sword back in. Again, we're going to maintain all this lockage. We could sell you for 1. We could sell a few gemstones. I don't think that's massively important. We also want another unique in this bag, but that's never going to happen. How would we get multiple uniques in that bag? We wouldn't. Not right now anyway, because of where uniquely unique's positioned. We need all the uniques where they are. You could technically go down 1, but also not at the same time. Doesn't actually matter which way around you go, you're the same on both sides. Would like this to go here, but we can't put it like that. So it still touches the uniquely unique, and then this could go here to touch 2 things. But that's okay. Could we not make you go like that? Don't think we can. So we've currently got the weapon in the buff bag, which, or the dancing dragon, sorry, which isn't the best. It just start of battle, we gain 2 heat, we gain 2 luck. And it's only hitting 2 things. So it's only gaining 4 luck and 4 heat, which isn't very good to duplicate. This has a 60... Oh no, this gives us a heat every time it hits, which has a chance to duplicate because it's in the duplication bag. Oh, I don't know. I would like to get this in because this has a chance to give us 5 random buffs, which is pretty important to duplicate. We'd have to move you down 1, which I'm not doing. That's fine. It is what it is. That's okay. I'd also like the gingerbread to duplicate as well because it is giving us 1 empower and 3 rejuvenation. This doesn't really need to be duplicated. This definitely needs to be duplicated because it has a 35% chance to gain 1 luck and 1 rejuvenation. When, oh, it's only hitting 3 things now. Well, at least this is a fast activator at 1.6. 2.2, and then this is every like 4 seconds because it's only hitting this. Yeah, these could be better placed. I could probably do bags and do this better, but we're just going to send it. That's fine. Okay. Lots of frost, lots of crit chance. We probably get bursted down in seconds here and die immediately. Insane crit chance. We are holding on. We are holding on for dear life. I don't understand how we won that. Holy moly, what a fight. So, weapons deal plus 50% critical damage. They remove 15 armor on crit. Item activates, 50% chance to gain a luck. These both started with basically permanent crit chance. They would have started with 25% crit because of the cat. So if we go into like the first thing, 0.98 seconds. This is giving them 28% critical hit chance because they've got a lucky pig touching it. Chance-based effects are the star item are 12% more likely to trigger. This should be 25%. It's 28%, which means these start with an 88% critical hit chance because these are touching a bunch of vampirism items. Ooh, that's a really nice charismatic orb. Damn, the placement. Again, for such like an empty bag, what a crazy strong build. Yeah. They start with a bit of mana, as you can see, 6 mana. They start with a bit of rejuvenation because they've got loads of healing herbs. They start with a bit of luck because they've got a lucky piggy. And then they start with 15 vampirism because these are all touching 5 vampirism items. 6 on that one, 5 on this one. So they technically start with 11 vampirism. Then they've got a red orchid collar. For each vampirism, gain 4% critical hit chance. And items steal 3% of life for each luck, up to 50%. So straight away, the opening swings, I've got an 88% crit chance. Crazy strong build. I see this double frostbite with piercing arrow on this class all the time. We see this. It's probably like the meta build for that class. Let's do survival. You're interesting. How can you have this? Which item? Don't need the spikes. Don't need the sand. The cat. He must have had an item that gave him mage items. Or he could have bought something in the shop, like whatever it says. I can't remember what they say now. Gives a chance or unlocks like all the adventure items. He could have had that early on, sold it, and then he's still got the cat remaining. But yeah, crazy build. Very crazy build. This rabbit would be quite nice. Increase base stamina regen by 0.7 for each buff we have. We do have a lot of buffs. We are going kind of heat. And because of heat, everything's going to go faster. We're going to run into stamina problems. We are going to get a lot of buffs because we're going to have a lot of heat. Increase base stamina regeneration by 0.7% for each buff you have. That sounds insane. But I guess... What's like our base stamina regen? I know it's 1 every second. 0.7%. I mean, that's hardly any, right? Triggers 15% faster for each pet. We could just dump you here, man. We can't. We don't have bag space. I kind of want to keep this, but we've got so many items locked down. 80% chance to inflict 1 poison. That probably goes in that slot now instead. You can just go in the backpack. After 4 seconds, we gain 2 rejuvenation. I'm actually going to sell this for 6. Done. Easy peasy. We're going to buy... Oh, we need a singular bag slot, man. Singular bag slot would be very nice right now. Because I think we're going to buy this. Ooh, we could get a cheese. I think we get cheese. We're going to buy cheese. And we're going to put you here instead of the garlic. We're going to sell the garlic for 1. Next turn, I think we buy this, Stable Recombobulator, because it's basically every 2.5 seconds we gain a random buff, and we cleanse a debuff. So it's just debuff cleanse at 2.5 seconds. Same as a Flawed Amethyst, to be fair, which is only the 2nd upgrade. But because we don't have 2 uniques in this thing, we're not generating chip gemstones. Do we have any... Yeah, it's such a shame. Because we're using uniquely unique, I just don't see how we get that in. Without, like, compromising a heal or something. I guess the heal bag, this could technically go like that. No, that doesn't work either. I was going to say then put this here, or here. It doesn't really work. Okay, that's fine. You're hitting 4 food, cheese is hitting 2, which isn't great. I'd like that to hit 3, but that's fine. You still have no dark items to hit, so you're just there. It's fine. Again, we really need this slot unlocking. We need a singular bag slot. I am going to keep these 3 items reserved. I'm not going to roll, actually. I was about to roll twice, but that's fine. We're just going to send it. Can we see anything better here? For the goob? Not really. Nah, we just send. We just send. That's fine. Loads of poison. Holy moly. It's a good job we have super debuff cleanse, which we don't. We just need to kill them before their poison kills me. Although we kind of are regenning more health than their poison's doing. We smashed them. I saw this board and panicked. I'm not going to lie. That is so much poison. Holy. What do? Full body protection. If you have exactly 1 armor, 1 helmet, and 1 shoe, which they absolutely do, reduce damage taken by 8. And every 6.4 seconds, because of the cold, so it would be quicker than that, gain 10 armor. They've got 2 toads. This toad is doing nothing. Cool. So every 3.58 seconds, again, it should be quicker, but they have frost or cold, whatever it's called, cold. So they inflict 2 poison and gain a mana. You're going to be healing for 12 when they gain 10 buffs, the star items that is. And when items use 10 buffs, it inflicts 2 poison and gains a mana. You're going to give them max health. You're also going to inflict 2 poison every 2.84 seconds. Yeah, 50 max health for each pet. And I didn't even notice they had a fancy fencing rapier. Crazy. So this was just basically pumping the poison frog. Because on a hit, it uses 3 luck, and on a miss, it gains 3 luck. So regardless of what that's doing, every 1.65 seconds, again, because of the cold, this is ramping the toad to either heal for 12 or inflict 2 extra poison and gain an extra mana. Pretty strong build, I'm not going to lie. Your potions are all messed up though. I don't know what you're doing with your potions. Shouldn't they be sideways, sideways, and sideways? No idea. What are we going to look at? Shelly. Shelly's triggering every 4.14 seconds. So every 4.14 seconds, we gain 2 heat, we cleanse 6 debuffs, and we heal for 40. And not to mention, the cleanse effects, because of Turbo Shelly, have a 25% chance to cleanse an additional debuff. That doesn't mean we have a 25% chance to cleanse 7 debuffs. It means for every cleanse, so all 6 of them, there's a 25% chance to cleanse an additional. So this can cleanse 12 debuffs, if we get really lucky. Okay. We gained an... Oh no. So here is really good. We've gained mana, which we need. We've gained another puzzle bag of love, which we need. And we've gained another puzzle bag of improvement, which duplicates buffs inside by 20%. We don't need the pan. We don't need the sword. We also don't really need Armored Power Puppy. So I think we do have space for it, but I'm going to sell it for 4. That gives us 8 gold. I would like to buy one of these 2 items. More so than the gain a random buff and cleanse a random debuff. So I think we're going to start by buying the helmet. And for the final 5 rounds, we are absolutely going to redo bags. Yeah, I'm kind of happy like this. This is fine. This is looking good. Unique or treasure items. None of these are uniques or treasure items. Yeah. Happy days. We still have this reserved for the helmet. And we still got this reserved for the debuff cleanse and random buff generation. You use 1 mana to gain a rejuvenation heal for 12. Could be good. And we can probably put it where the banana is. Although we wouldn't like to really do that. I'm not going to reserve that. I don't think we need it. Send it. Let's go. Twine could have been in a better place. Just noticed that myself. Damn. Cheese Goob, loads of pets, which means you're going to have a crazy crit chance, and you've got a spiked wall. If Shelly doesn't keep us alive every 5 seconds, 4.8 going lower because of the heat gain, we probably lose. We also do have a lot of rejuvenation, I'm not going to lie. We won there because of our rejuvenation was nuts. 94 rejuvenation. Crazy. Yeah, alright. I don't know what gave us... Oh, this thing. White Lily Collar, of course. Which also means that our weapons have a 100% crit chance at this point, because they gain 1% crit chance for each rejuvenation and each luck. Insane. Forging Hammer probably wants to get in on this action, you know. It's alright, it's only a Forging Hammer. Another chessboard, that's 4 this game, hilarious. We also don't need the Death Scythe, we can get rid of that. 4 bag slot, can't put you anywhere, we sell it. Gained a fanny pack. We probably should have kept that 4 slot, think about it, it's fine. We can't really put you anywhere that's beneficial to anything. Although, we can put it there. And then we can put you here, right? The twine can go here. And then we can put... Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work either. Oh, no. Like that, I guess? Oh, it's only got one thing behind it. You can run Bobby Fischer Chess Simule at this point. Rhymes with... Yeah, we've been given so many chessboards. And I did say earlier that, oh, if we get a chessboard early on, we'll just go chess. And then the game is just throwing nothing but chessboards at me, which is kind of crazy. You can go back there. We can put these 2 gemstones up here, so twine has a higher % chance of activating. That's fine. Should have probably gone chess now, thinking about it. 4 bag slots, we don't need it. We can't put you anywhere. Nope, so we're going to sell it. That finally allows us to buy the crystal, which we will buy and put straight in that helmet. Poison. We've got all the poison we need, so that's just going to live there, I guess. Gains 2 rejuvenation after 4 seconds. We can also afford this, which is a unique. Where do we put you? We would have to move this across. Right? Yeah. Then we buy you and put you there and we lock you. We make sure we lock this, because if we don't lock it, as you can see, it will eat all of our items and then spit out random items based on the combined value. Pretty much what Bag of Giving does. Yeah. You're still hitting all the gems that you need to hit. You're hitting Shelly. You're doing whatever you're doing. And then we can put you here. We can probably put that in the fanny pack so it goes a bit quicker. And now you are hitting yet another unique. Yeah, happy. Happy, happy, happy. You're combining into the Cap of Discomfort, which will give us a 15% chance to nullify the opponent's buffs. Opponent's healing is reduced by 30% and reduced damage taken by 25% for the first 5 seconds. So any burst damage shouldn't kill me. At this point, we've only got 4 rounds left. I think we're going to lock the Glowing Crown. We don't need to use 10 mana to become invulnerable, but every 2.4 seconds cleansing a blind and healing for 5 could be good. Don't need this, don't need this. Let's send. Oh, another build with Vampirism, crit chance. Yeah, okay. So we probably instantly lose again. Unless we can just stay alive and have some really clutch heals. There's a big clutch heal. I don't know what heal is there. Oh, it must be just our rejuvenation. They're also gaining an absurd amount of max health. We're healing for 130 every 2 seconds based on our rejuvenation. They're also healing a crazy amount. So I'm hoping at this point, yeah, we win this because our heat ramps so fast. So again, we see the same build, Piercing Arrow, Frostbite, and Bloodthorn this time, not double Frostbite, with 2 Red Orchid Collars. So all their Vampirism, which starts with 5 Vampirism, not to mention 3 Vampiric Potions. That's an additional 9 Vampirism. Gives them crit chance, so right off the bat they probably had very high crit chance %. So, oh, and also this is triggering a potion every 5.56 seconds currently with their cold and heat. So they're just triggering more and more Vampirism with more and more lifesteal on top of itself. And then they've also got False Life. So overhealing, 1.7k health max, because these weapons are critting and they're just gaining more and more max life. They've also got a rabbit, which I guess means with the amount of luck and vampirism they have infinite stamina. But we did win, because we've got 216 regeneration, so we were healing for 216 every 2 seconds. Not to mention Shelly at this point was healing us for 40 every 2.8 seconds. The ukulele had a chance at healing us for 30 every 1.5 seconds. And False Life was also healing us for 10 plus 4. Didn't see that. Didn't realise that was a dark item. That was an accidental misplay. Every 2.33 seconds. So all in all, again, similar to how we had it versus the last Piercing Arrow build, we came very close to dying, and we just struggled for a few, I don't know, 10 seconds maybe, and then we started to out-heal their DPS. Crazy. Doom Cap. Insane. So, Cap of Discomfort, we just went over it, but reduced damage taken by 25% for 5 seconds. Opponent gains a buff with a 15% chance to nullify it. And your opponent's healing is reduced by 30%. This is a godly item. So, this can go here. Or better yet, we need a bag space. We ain't got a bag space. Triggers the pet and gain 4 spikes. This is nuts on Shelly. Are you a pet? You're a weapon. Are you a pet? You're a food. Are you a pet? You've got a smiley face. You're an accessory. So this is going to go on Shelly. So after 5 seconds, we immediately trigger Shelly. It's in 2 healing bags. So it's going to heal for 40 plus 40%. And we do have False Life, which means we're going to overheal that immediately. This bag we can't fit anywhere. Guess we could do that, but then we've got a weird 3 slotter up there somewhere. We still have 3 empty bag slots, so it doesn't really matter. We don't need another wooden sword. We don't really need this chip gemstone. We do want to buy this bag slot and put you like here, I guess. Actually, better yet, we put you here. So here, False Life can probably... Oh no, False Life wants to be in that bag because it's healing. I was going to say we put the Doom Cap here. If we do that, we lose a unique from Uniquely Unique. But we are still now going to generate gemstones because that's a godly item inside the bag. So we still get chip gemstones. Not that it's that important. You're still a food, so you still touch the same 1 food that you would have before. Broccoli could come down 1. No, it doesn't make any sense. We need to get Uniquely Unique in, so I guess we switch the broccoli out with Mana Roll, which would give us more mana. I don't think we need more mana. Not necessarily. We've nowhere to put this. This is unfortunate. Could we put this in a better location, like that maybe? No, we're still going to forever have the 1 slot issue because of the way this is located. Yeah. Unless we did that and put Uniquely Unique there, cheese there, blueberries there, we still have the 1 slot issue. You can probably go there. Oh, yeah, either or. Either broccoli goes there or cheese goes there. Either or is fine. We probably don't need the banana, but we do have stamina problems. I've not been paying attention to how important the banana is, so I think that is staying where it is. We could also now do what, sorry? You lose a food by doing that, which isn't great. We could... No, it doesn't also work, does it? No, it doesn't work. This Control-Z though, that's fine. I was seeing if we could get this bag in somehow. I guess like that, and then we still can't get the force line, which means we've lost more spaces than we've gained. Oh, easy, look at that, we just spin it around a bit. That can go there again, twine goes here at the bottom on the orb. You go there, you're still an item for... You are still an item for that, that's fine. Debuff Cleanse, we may as well put Rejuvenation, Stamina Regen, and Max Health. I would rather that go in the helmet, so we have a 15% chance to resist stuns and 7% chance to resist critical hits. Don't know how important that is compared to the poison resist. 15% poison resist I don't really care about. And then we've got 2 garlics, which don't really do anything for us. You can go up there. You need to hit the cap, I've just realised. So you now hit 2 things. You hit 1 thing. You go... Oh, you're going to have to go there on Shelly. So you go there. Debuff Cleanse goes there, and then we put 3 random gemstones behind it, just so it's triggering more max health. You can go up there, and we got 2 garlics. I mean, I don't really see the point of these 2 garlics. We could just sell them both, to be fair. It would be nice if all of this food was touching more food, but that's just not going to be a thing. Where are blueberries? Blueberries are there. We need more blueberries, to be fair. We could get this for 4. I don't think we need that anymore. I think this could be a good play. When we get 10 debuffs, we consume this and we cleanse 10 debuffs. Not to mention, nope, we need the alchemy cauldron, which we can't get. I think that's fine. I think we lock this and we send. Everything else is pretty much identical. The doom cap, sorry, every 2.9 seconds we inflict 3 poison and reduce the opponent's healing by 10%, which is ginormous. The only other thing I can think about doing here is taking out the hammer. Not the hammer, the banana. But as I say, it's a bit of healing, and I don't know how important it is for the stamina regen, because we are using 1.5 stamina per second. This is consuming a mana to give us a stamina every 4 stamina used. So, depending on how good our mana is... I mean, Gingerbread Man's consuming mana. I think that's it. This is obviously consuming mana, as I say. Otherwise, nothing else is consuming mana. Yeah, okay, let's send it. Heat build, lots of heat build. They've got their lamp positioned correctly. Things are going to go slower, and then after 5 seconds they're going to ramp. So their heat gen is going to start ramping a lot quicker than ours is, I think. We still won. We still smashed him. This is so powerful, this Dancing Dragon. And it's only hitting 1 thing. So we should spin these 2 items around. It needs to hit more mana items. Lol, what a build. You go there, so you're now hitting 2 mana items. Can you hit anything else? You can hit the flute, and you can hit the mirror, and the stable recombobulator. It's just going to be fine. It's just going to gain the 2 things. It doesn't need to hit anything else. Busted Blade, don't need. Vampiric Sword or Hungry Blade, don't need. We sell that, we sell that. I don't think we care about a stamina potion at this point in the game. 2 rounds left, our stamina seems fine. We can merge them together. We can merge these 2 together. I think we want to buy this and replace it with a garlic. Although, garlic removing vampirism, yeah, we'll do it. I was about to say, we have seen a lot of vampirism builds this run, like 3 of them. So removing vampirism is probably kind of important. But it is what it is. Let's roll. Cupcake, huge. Carrot, also huge. I think we go with the cupcake. We've gone with the cupcake. This is where now... Did you hit the flute? You do hit the flute. You can probably go there instead. And then we can take this out and put you down here. So we have a cupcake. Touching 1 food, not great, but it's 1 food. This should ramp heat as well, because that's what we're going to have the most of. Blue in the backpack, 4.5 seconds, inflict 2 frost, or gain 2 rejuvenation. I think we'd rather gain 2 rejuvenation. We have nowhere to put this, so we're going to sell it for 1. And I think we're going to lock the treasure chest, because on the last round that'll be fun to see what we get. And I think we lock the banana and get rid of the garlic next turn. If we run into another vampirism build, I'll be very sad. You've just gained 20 damage because you're hitting 2 bags of stones. You need 7 rejuvenation to really pop off. You've just used 7 rejuvenation, I'm pretty sure. We've got a lot of poison on them, I'm not going to lie. Smashed them. The only thing that's giving them poison is this thing, right? 1.54 seconds. We also gain a lot of rejuvenation, so the cupcake is duplicating rejuvenation, which isn't it's not the worst. Rejuvenation seems to be saving us. They had 80% heal reduction because of Doom Cap, not to mention this starts them off with minus 30. They were also poisoning themselves, so it wasn't just Doom Cap that got them to 114. We had 12 because Shelly every 4.44 seconds currently with 29 heat. He's cleansing 6 debuffs, so... Yeah, why is that in a bag? What? Deal 35 magic damage with 150% lifesteal after 4 and a bit seconds. Why is that not in your golem, dude? What on earth are you doing? I guess they think that dealing 35 damage once is like a burst thing? I guess they are using a hammer with loads of daggers, so maybe they went a bit burst damage? I'm not really sure how I feel about that. That makes me feel sick, seeing a perfect ruby in the backpack. And then they've got like a regular ruby and a flawed ruby in their biggest hitting weapon. Surely lifesteal on this would have gone a lot harder. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, final round. Final round. We could trade in the white lily. No, we're not doing that. We don't need that bag. We've got nowhere to put you. Single slot. Happy days. We don't need the thorn whip. We've gained another one of these bad boys, so we'll bang you in somewhere. So this will give our next 6 hits critical, because they give 3 hits currently. When we reach 15 heat, next 3 hits are critical. So this is now going to be the next 6 hits are going to be critical. Singular gemstone goes there, so that's obviously... oh, it's not even hitting anything. What a misplay. You should go there. Jesus. So that didn't do anything last game. Hilarious. I think we buy this for 7, see what we get. Ripsaw Blade, it sells for 5. Fantastic, what a waste of gold. And then I guess we sell this singular gemstone. We move you across one, and we buy a carrot. Send it. We may as well roll once. Ooh, a scroll for 3? Ooh, what do we sell? We ain't got nothing to sell. I guess we could get rid of 2 rejuvenation. Or we just sell the garlic. Let's sell the garlic. Let's put you here. You're going to hit 1 light item. You could probably hit 2, but I mean, there would work. And then this can go here. And hit 2 things. Yeah. That's fine. Can you hit anything else? No. You're also a dark item, which means this should be hitting the Doom Cap as well. And yeah, a little bit of misplay here. Doom Cap should be over here somewhere. It's fine. It is what it is. Let's go. Let's send it. Final game. Final round. Lots of mana, cupcake staff, lots of duplication of their buffs. So either they just ramp way harder than we do and their staff murders me. They've already got 100 heat. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we lose this. Yep. Instant loss. As soon as I saw Cupcake Staff, I was like, ooh, this is going to be a hard fight. Not to mention they have a 7% chance to duplicate buffs again. 172 heat means the Cupcake Staff was triggering every 0.34 seconds. Deals 130 to 130 damage currently because it deals plus 0.2 damage for each buff they have. And as you can see, they just ramp heat. They've got a Cupcake that's going to duplicate their heat. When they gain 20, rejuvenation, luck, and mana, their Charismatic Wand is going to start ramping in power, which gives the weapon plus 1 damage. Couldn't really do a lot there. Yeah, couldn't really do a lot. We had a little bit more max health than they did, but again, the Cupcake build with heat, or even Empower, not so much heat, but just Empower or heat off the bat, crazy strong. Where are we looking? So they immediately start the game off with 9 heat. So immediately, this is duplicating heat, and this, well actually, they don't have any mana right now, so technically they wouldn't be duplicating heat. That's when they gain the 3 mana, because they've got an owl as well, so they use 1 mana to gain 2 mana. As soon as the wand gives them a mana, they then start pumping mana. This is also using 11 health to gain 3 mana, so as soon as that proc once, Cupcake Staff now is going to continuously use mana to just pump heat. They went from 9 heat to 16 heat. Really? Oh, because it's in a duplication bag as well. It's in 2 duplication bags if my eyes do not deceive me. Are you in 1 or 2? You look like you're in 2. 1 bag there, puzzle bag, and then 1 bag there. So you're in 1 fanny pack, and you're in 2 puzzle bags. Oh, it says there, yeah. Right at the bottom. Can we look at that? No, we can't hold out. But it says just underneath the mana resource, halfway down, 40% chance to duplicate buffs again. Puzzle bag of improvement times 2. So yeah, they basically gain 7 heat from the duplication. They should have gained 4, so they gained an additional 3. And then yeah, they just ramp loads of heat. No other buffs get close to heat, and then obviously yeah, you see what happens at the end. At least it wasn't the snow stick build that we lost to at the end. I'm happy with that. That should be like, what, 8 ranking? 12? Oh, even better! Maybe the ukulele's a good weapon. Who would have thought? We've never used the ukulele. Well, apparently we've got 15 wins. I guess that's just because we won 15 times. Maybe. We might have played it once before with the ukulele. Yeah, we won 15 times. That must have been the first time we used the ukulele. First time we used the forging hammer as well. Alright, happy days. That will wrap us up for today's stream.